Imagine waking up in a hotel bed with no idea how you got there. And then you look over and there's an absolute goddess sleeping next to you. His phone's blowing up from someone named Zhao Jia, sending texts like a psycho ex-girlfriend. But wait, Zhao Jia dumped him right after freshman year. She blocked him on every platform, so why is she texting like they're still together? And then he checks the calendar, and the date makes absolutely no sense. Because our boy just traveled back in time, and everything he lived through hasn't happened yet. See, in his previous life, his girlfriend Zhao Jia told him he was boring, that he didn't understand her, and left him for another guy. He swore he'd love her forever, cherish her forever, and reality just punched him straight in the face. And knowing her, the next text is always about money or gifts, because that's all she ever wanted from him. But this time, Jiang Cheng sees it all clearly. He was so blinded by love that he had zero self-respect. So he does what he should have done the first time around. He texts her, Zhao Jia, we're done, and she absolutely loses it. She fires back with the classic don't come crying back to me, and our boy is sitting there smirking like he just won the lottery. And that's when things get absolutely insane. A holographic notification pops up congratulating him for activating the dream come true god tier tycoon system. Reincarnation plus a cheat code system. His stats pop up. Jiang Cheng, age 18, 6 feet tall, looks 85 out of 100, and he's already earning 10 cents per second passively. 10 cents a second doesn't sound like much, but that's over 8,000 yuan a day. And then the system offers him a newbie gift package, and of course he opens it immediately. 10 million yuan instantly deposited, a supercar, shopping critical strike cards, and something called a friendliness scanner. His bank account just jumped to 10 million overnight. The bank notification is real, the supercar keys are real. But our boy is fixated on this friendliness scanner because he has no idea what it does. And then he remembers there's a beautiful stranger still sleeping right next to him. Perfect test subject. He activates the friendliness scanner and aims it right at her, because of course that's the first thing he does. Her name is Yu Xiaoxiao, age 25, looks 93 out of 100, figure 94. The Gooners are eating well with this one, but her friendliness towards him is only 60, which means normal intimate state. But here's the wild part. There's a stat called privacy value, and it measures exactly what you think it measures. The number of intimate partners someone has had, and Yu Xiaoxiao's privacy value is 1, which means Jiang Cheng was her very first, and our boy is absolutely losing it over this revelation. Now here's the backstory. In his previous life, after Zhao Jia ghosted him, Jiang Cheng went to a bar to drown his sorrows. And that's where he met Yu Xiaoxiao, who was also there drowning her sorrows. Two broken people finding each other at rock bottom. They hooked up that night, but the scanner tells him her friendliness is only 60. She was just drunk and sad, not actually into him. And that hits different. And then she wakes up, and the way this woman looks with her silver hair spread across the pillow is absolutely devastating. Brain chemistry compromised. She catches him looking all melancholy and teases him about being a natural-born romantic saint, sighing sadly in the middle of the night. He tells her he wasn't reminiscing about anything, and she asks then, what are you sighing about at this hour? These two have some serious chemistry. And then our boy hits her with the smoothest line. He says he just regrets not meeting her sooner, and she's absolutely flustered by it. And the system rewards him for the romantic acceleration with a supercar purchase critical strike card and a brand new skill called Agile Tongue Tip, maxed out to level max. Our boy immediately puts his new skill to the test, and Yu Xiaoxiao is about to have the experience of a lifetime. She's thinking, how is he suddenly so good at this? It feels completely different from before. The Agile Tongue Tip skill is working overtime, and Jiang Cheng just smirks and tells her not to get it wrong, because the real part starts now. The absolute confidence on this man. But when morning comes, our boy wakes up and she's gone. Except she left something behind on the bed. Cash. Scattered all over the bed. Jiang Cheng is sitting there thinking, did she just treat me like a gigolo? The note says, thanks for last night, worth every penny. 10,000 yuan. She left her first time and even paid him for it. Yu Xiaoxiao is one interesting woman. Too bad he didn't get her number. But there's no time to dwell on it, because now he needs to figure out what this critical strike card actually does. Turns out whenever he spends money within the card's range, there's a chance for a multiplier up to 50 times. Our boy's already calculating that 5 cards maxed out on property could net him 250 million yuan. Standing over the city skyline, Jiang Cheng makes his declaration. In this life, he will become a world-renowned tycoon and write his own legend. He knows exactly which companies will blow up in the future, and all he needs now is enough startup capital to buy their shares before anyone else catches on. He finds his brand new supercar in the parking lot, but there's already someone leaning on it. And she's looking at him like he's the main course. She asks him if this is his car, and the way she's posing on it, this woman is down catastrophic, and they haven't even exchanged names. Jiang Cheng hits her with a casual, yeah, what about it, because our boy's operating on a completely different wavelength now. She claims her apartment pipes burst and begs him for a ride home. And honestly, the whole thing feels like a setup from a mile away. So he activates the friendliness scanner on her. Name, Chen Liki, age 23. Privacy value 28, and her friendliness is already at 90, meaning she's obsessed, and they literally just met. A privacy value of 28 means exactly what you think it means. Jiang Cheng walks right past her without a second thought. And then from the driver's seat he delivers the most devastating line. 28 brothers already unclogged your pipes, call a real plumber next time. And just like that, he drives off, leaving her standing there absolutely stunned on the sidewalk. She's standing there wondering how on earth he knew about all 28 of her exes. And that, my friends, is just the beginning of Jiang Cheng's new life as a god-tier tycoon. Meanwhile, Chen Liqi is still standing there gushing about how handsome Jiang Cheng is. And then this random old plumber overhears her talking about pipes and offers his 30 years of professional experience. She immediately calls him a disgusting pervert because she was absolutely not talking about actual plumbing. But the old man is genuinely confused, insisting he's got union certification and everything. She tells him to get away from her while the entire crowd is dying laughing at this poor clueless old man. Finally, some guy takes pity on him and explains that her pipe problem is not the literal kind, if you know what I mean. She storms off while the old man curses his bad luck. And honestly, this whole situation is cinema. And there goes Chen Liqi, fixing her heel after that dramatic exit. The gooners are absolutely eating well with this angle. But enough about her. Jiang Cheng pulls up to a real estate office, and a new agent named Xiao Du comes out to greet him. The senior agent takes one look at him and thinks, great, another rich kid playing big shot with daddy's car. Total waste of time. So he dumps the client on the newbie Xia and tells her to just follow the routine they practiced. Xia puts on her best professional smile and introduces herself, and she is genuinely adorable about it. He tells her to show him suitable properties, and she asks about his budget and preferences like a good little rookie. Meanwhile, the senior agent is watching from the back thinking he taught her well. You gotta filter clients first in this business. She shows him some budget apartments, but our boy tells her to skip the cheap stuff and show him properties around 1 million. And Gi immediately perks up, because 1 million yuan properties mean much bigger commissions. A few minutes later, she realizes she forgot to ask about location preferences. She's still learning the ropes. He tells her to find easily rentable spots with finished renovations and thinks to himself that she's clearly new, but at least she's genuine. So naturally, he activates the scanner on her. Age 19, looks 90, body 92, and her privacy value is 0. This girl is completely pure. She comes back with properties near shopping districts, recently renovated, priced between 800,000 and over 1 million. But here's the thing, his beginner critical strike cards cap at 1 million per purchase. Anything over that and the cards won't activate. He's running the math in his head. Units at 8 or 900,000 aren't cost effective because even small differences with a 10 times multiplier across 5 units would mean massive losses. So he asks if she can negotiate the prices down to exactly 1 million each, because if so, he will buy all 5 units in cash. And Xia's brain just short circuits. Full cash payment for 5 properties on her first real client. He even sweetens the deal by offering to hire her to manage the rentals afterward. This man is building his real estate empire in real time. She's doing the math in her head. Sales commission plus rental management fees, and she promises to absolutely make this deal happen. And the senior agent who dismissed Jiang Cheng is eavesdropping and practically wants to slap himself. 5 units, full cash, and he gave this client away. The manager himself comes out with contracts. 5 units totaling 5 million, 2% commission. Jiang Cheng signs without hesitation and tells them he trusts Xia, and she'll be his point of contact for future purchases too. Xia is calculating that her cut from the 2% commission alone is 40 to 50,000 yuan, and he said he'd buy more. What kind of tycoon is this guy? And then the critical strike cards go absolutely insane. 35 times, 50 times, 45 times, 5 cards, and the total return is 230 million yuan. He levels up to level 6, his income jumps to 0.8 yuan per second, and he's sitting on 230 million from a 5 million investment. He's thinking this cheat-powered life is so different from his last one. And since that's the case, why not splurge a little? He calls Xia over and she innocently asks, "What's up, boss?" And the way she says it is honestly kinda cute. But it's actually the manager who pulls her aside and tells her to take Jiang Cheng to dinner tonight to build a good relationship. And Xia looks absolutely terrified. And Xia immediately imagines the worst-case scenario, which the author is more than happy to illustrate for us in vivid detail. She's so flustered she can barely speak. This poor girl's imagination went from 0 to 100 real fast. She tells him maybe not tonight, let's get to know each other first, but Jiang Cheng just wants her bank account number. The miscommunication here is absolutely legendary. He tells her she's his lucky star today, and he just wants to thank her properly, because he hopes to see her again for future deals. And Xia is standing there completely lost, thinking what is this man even saying right now? A few minutes later, she checks her phone and sees a transfer of 35,000 yuan. Her reaction is absolutely priceless, and Jiang Cheng doesn't feel even the slightest regret. Her deal earned him over 200 million. 35,000 for goodwill is pocket change. Her friendliness shoots up to 85 and she immediately asks to exchange WeChat and offers to treat him to dinner. He's thinking, just 35,000 boosted her friendliness from 50 to 85. The power of money really is wonderful. They exchange contacts and Xia suddenly realizes that Jiang Cheng is actually really handsome. Brain chemistry officially compromised. She's already imagining what would happen if he really wanted to take things further tonight. Her privacy value of 0 is doing a lot of heavy lifting in this fantasy. But our boy just says goodbye and heads out to his car. No ulterior motives, just pure business networking. And Jia literally runs after him because apparently her feelings caught up faster than her brain could process. But he's already in the supercar waving goodbye, promising a next time. And she's standing there wondering what just happened to her heart. Jiang Cheng heads home and calls out to his mom like the good son he is. Time for a wholesome family moment. His mom has his favorite chilled watermelon ready, and his dad asks about his graduation trip plans. Normal family vibes for a secret multi-millionaire. He tells them he wants to visit Shanghai and scope out Shanghai University. Of course, he already knows exactly what investments are waiting there. His dad approves and says mom will transfer him travel money. If only they knew their son already has more money than they'll ever see. His mom starts nagging about how just giving money spoils him and no girl will want a mama's boy. Classic mom energy. He tells her not to worry about that because this time around he's not the naive Jiang Cheng from before. This time she'll definitely get a good daughter-in-law. Next day, he's crammed into an economy class seat on the plane to Shanghai because he booked last minute. Even tycoons make rookie mistakes. He tries to squeeze past someone to get to his seat, and that's when he spots a very familiar face. It's Zhou Ying, and she's looking absolutely stunning in a casual white tee and jeans. Sometimes fate just puts people on the same flight, and of course their seats are right next to each other. He says this is his seat, and she says what a coincidence, same row. The universe is shipping these two. She heads to her seat, and let me just say, the author knew exactly what they were doing with this angle, built like a Renaissance painting. And then some glasses-wearing dude slides in calling her beautiful miss and saying what an honor it is to sit together. But Jiang Cheng immediately takes charge and tells Zhou Ying to take the window seat, putting himself between her and this random guy. The guy pushes back, saying that seat was supposed to be for her. And you can tell he's not happy about losing proximity to the pretty girl. Jiang Cheng hits him with the coldest response. They're together. And since when do couples report their seating arrangements to strangers? Glasses guy asks Zhou Ying why she's headed to Shanghai, and she casually says it's work-related. She's keeping things vague on purpose. She turns to Jiang Cheng and asks what about him, and the way she looks at him is enough to compromise anyone's brain chemistry. He says he's just traveling with nothing to do, and she says how nice, a vacation. These two are vibing hard. Glasses guy introduces himself as Qian Shen, says he just graduated after repeating a year. He's trying so hard to stay relevant in this conversation. Then Qian Shen starts flexing about his dad's hotel and offers Zhou Ying a ride from the airport. The simp energy is off the charts and she's completely speechless. Jiang Cheng smoothly shuts it down, saying his hotel also has airport pickup and she's with him. Don't bother yourself. Qian Shen asks which hotel, probably expecting some mid-tier chain. And Jiang Cheng casually drops the name Ameniangyun, and the color drains from Qian Shen's face, because that's a $330 million ultra-luxury resort. Qian Shen says he stayed in their 9,000 yuan per night Ming Court suite and didn't even get airport pickup. Jiang Cheng casually mentions he booked a courtyard villa, and Qian Shen just sits there processing that this guy is on a completely different financial level than him. Zhu Ying is impressed too. 80,000 yuan per night villas? She says she didn't expect Jiang Cheng to be a second-generation rich kid, and our boy fires back with the smoothest deflection. Please, as if you're not a second-generation rich kid yourself. Because Zhou Ying wasn't just the school beauty, she was famous citywide, always arriving in luxury cars with a chauffeur. And this flight is just the beginning of something much bigger. See, back in school, Zhou Ying was the kind of girl who was so beautiful that most guys couldn't even make eye contact with her. Jiang Cheng remembers that back then he was too obsessed with Zhao Jia to even notice Zhou Ying. But he heard her family ran into trouble sophomore year, and after that she started walking to school. And Zhou Ying just laughs it off, saying what kind of rich second generation is she now? The fall from grace hit different, and Jiang Cheng immediately realizes he just put his foot in his mouth by bringing up the rich kid thing. His brain is screaming at him to change the subject immediately, so he pivots hard and they start reminiscing about their school days together. Smooth recovery if you ask me, and Zhou Ying is genuinely laughing about how interesting their school used to be. That smile though, absolutely devastating. Now that the awkwardness is gone, Jiang Cheng pulls up her stats. Appearance 96, figure 96, 0 past partners, and a friendliness score of 75. And then it hits him. In this flashback, he's just casually drinking water in class, and Zhou Ying is watching him from behind. Could she have been paying attention to him this whole time? Time flies, and before you know it, they've landed in Shanghai. Jiang Cheng introduces himself to the hotel pickup, walking side by side with Zhou Ying like it's the most natural thing in the world. And waiting for them is his private butler, Wang Yuyan. And let me just say, the Ameniangyun knows exactly what kind of service experience they're delivering. This woman is built like a whole fantasy come to life. Jiang Cheng asks Zhou Ying where she's staying, and she says a friend's place in Pudong, the opposite direction. She tells him not to worry and that she'll just grab a taxi. But our boy tells her to get in the car because old classmates don't need to be so polite. Then he tells manager Wang to drop her off in Pudong first. Gentlemen, move unlocked. Meanwhile, guess who's lurking in the background? Qian Shen from the plane is watching this whole thing and convincing himself that Zhou Ying is about to get taken advantage of. The delusion is strong with this one. 25 minutes later, they arrive at her friend's place and Zhou Ying says she's really happy they reconnected. She wants to add him on WeChat and promises to treat him to dinner. She leans into the car window with her phone out, making him promise not to forget about that dinner. And he says how could he possibly forget, thanking her for today. They scan each other's QR codes and he tells her until next time. The WeChat exchange is basically a marriage proposal in manhwa terms. And as the car drives away, Jiang Cheng watches her go and his chibi self is having a complete meltdown about the romantic night that could have been. Down bad doesn't even begin to cover it. Half an hour later, he arrives at the Yun resort, and even he has to admit that booking this place was absolutely the right call. Manager Wang announces that his bath is ready, and Jiang Cheng says he'll go bathe first. Pretty standard luxury hotel stuff, right? Wrong. Manager Wang starts helping him undress, and our boy is absolutely losing his mind because apparently this level of personal service is included. The Gooners are eating well tonight. She calmly explains that helping him undress is included in the service, but he'll have to handle his own underwear. The professionalism to casualness ratio here is absolutely wild. So now he's standing in this gorgeous private hot spring in just his underwear while she sits by the pool. And he's trying to protest, but the words aren't exactly coming out. She explains that back scrubbing is also part of the service, but the actual bathing part is on him. The way she says it with that smile is doing things to everyone's brain chemistry. And now she's actually scrubbing his back and he's thinking about how attractive Manager Wang is and whether there might be any special services available. His thoughts are entering dangerous territory. And then Manager Wang starts lowering herself closer to the water, saying they're only doing this because they get along. The vibes in this hot spring are absolutely unhinged right now. She notices he's burning up and innocently asks if the bath temperature is too high. Spoiler alert, it's not the bath that's making his temperature rise. And our boy has to physically snap himself out of it, thinking, what the hell am I even thinking right now? His face is completely red and it's not from the steam. Manager Wang casually mentions that the hotel is hosting a VIP reception event tonight with an auction, and asks if he'd be interested in attending as a super VIP guest. He asks what the theme is. She explains it's hosted by platinum guests auctioning precious jewelry. No dress code, just a casual internal event. And Jiang Cheng is already thinking about investment opportunities. So our boy gets dressed up and Manager Wang escorts him to the reception. She introduces him as a distinguished guest with a Villa Titanium card, and the staff immediately rolls out the red carpet treatment. Manager Wang tells him to enjoy himself, and honestly with that smile, she could tell him to jump off a cliff, and he'd probably consider it. He walks into this absolutely stunning reception hall, and the auction is already in full swing. 5 million sold to some lucky lady. The energy in here is rich people doing rich people things. And then the next item comes up. A Richard Mille limited edition watch, only 10 exist in the world. Starting price, 15 million yuan. This is the big leagues. The auctioneer announces the bidding has started, and the room is buzzing. Every wealthy collector in here has their eyes on that watch. But here's the thing. Jiang Cheng already knows that in 3 to 5 years, this watch will be worth over 25 million on the secondary market. A 10 million yuan profit is sitting right there. So he raises his paddle and bids 15.5 million. If he doesn't grab this bargain, where's the justice in the world? But bidder number 8 fires back at 16 million, and the two go back and forth. 16.5, 17, 18 million. This bidding war is heating up fast. The whole room is whispering about who this aggressive bidder, 35, is. Some lady in the crowd is questioning why anyone would pay 18 million when you could buy 2 Patek Philippe's instead. 18 million once, twice, 3 times, sold. The gavel comes down and Jiang Cheng just casually won an 18 million yuan watch at his first ever auction. And immediately 2 guys come up to introduce themselves. Wang Zheng and Xin Fen, Shanghai's top-tier rich second-generation kids. Jiang Cheng is already networking with the city's elite. Turns out Qin Fen reveals that bidder number 8 was actually his guy bidding on his behalf. He noticed Jiang Cheng really wanted that watch and asks if he's a luxury watch expert. Jiang Cheng plays it cool, saying it's actually his first time ever buying a watch. He just wanted to try something new. The nonchalance of this man spending 18 million on a whim. Qin Fen is losing it, calling him a total boss. He says he should have noticed someone like Jiang Cheng before. Jiang Cheng casually mentions he just arrived in Shanghai yesterday to attend university. And when they find out he's only 18, Qin Fen straight up says at that age he wouldn't have dared to pull moves like this. And just like that, Qin Fen is throwing his arm around Jiang Cheng like they're already best friends, saying they should hang out whenever he's free. The rich kid friendship speedrun is complete. As he waves goodbye, the system congratulates him on leveling up to level 7. He now earns 1 yuan per second per person alive on Earth. His monthly income is now 2.59 million, annual salary over 30 million. But even 30 million a year is pocket change compared to his real goals. And that's when he spots someone on the stairs and stops dead in his tracks. And she turns around looking absolutely jaw-dropping in a cream blouse and black skirt, dripping in jewelry. She recognizes him immediately, saying he's from that night. Brain chemistry officially compromised. She calls him a little rascal, saying she thought he was just a broke 18-year-old student when she took care of him last time. Turns out he's been a rich second-generation kid all along. Our boy doesn't miss a beat. He says he really is a student, and wants her care again. Then he invites her back to his villa since the auction is almost over. The confidence on this man, and she agrees, saying she's had enough to drink anyway. But she tells him he better work harder than last time. The way she says it leaves absolutely nothing to the imagination. But before things can go anywhere, someone grabs Jiang Cheng. It's Jiang Yu Xiaoxiao's ex-fiancée, and she is not happy to see him, telling him what she does is none of his business. Zhang Yu reminds her they're supposed to get married, and Yu Xiaoxiao fires back asking if he has any shame. He cheated on her with her own best friend and still expects a wedding? But this psycho says the engagement party already happened, their families agreed, and he'll force her to the altar if he has to. The red flags are multiplying at an alarming rate. Yu Xiaoxiao snaps back, saying he's disgusting. He doesn't even like her, he just wants her as a cover while he messes around with both men and women. And yes, you heard that correctly. And right on cue, the system pops up with a choice. Option 1, walk away and get a Ninja Turtle cosplay costume and 250 yuan. Option 2, go slap Zhang Yu twice and get a triple physical enhancement plus a bad luck card. Jiang Cheng asks the system if it's joking. Does he look like someone who would choose a turtle costume? But then he asks the real question. Does the 3 times physical enhancement include that area? The system confirms all physical attributes are included, no exceptions. And that settles it immediately. Our boy charges straight at Zhang Yu and the slaps start flying. He tells Zhang Yu that he forfeited all rights when he betrayed her, and to take the hint and leave. Yu Xiaoxiao is watching this whole thing with literal hearts floating around her head. Jiang Cheng is literally standing over Zhang Yu, while the system shows friendliness plus 10 with Yu Xiaoxiao. Meanwhile, Zhang Yu is on the ground crying for security like the coward he is. Security shows up and politely asks them to resolve things peacefully. But Zhang Yu is screaming about being assaulted, demanding arrests, threatening to call the police and get everyone fired. But here's the thing, security quietly reminds Zhang Yu that everyone at this auction is wealthy nobility. They literally cannot afford to offend anyone here. The reality check hits different. Yu Xiaoxiao tells Jiang Cheng not to worry. If Zhang Yu calls the police, she'll say he was harassing her and Jiang Cheng was just protecting her. She didn't expect him to defend her like that. Zhang Yu storms off threatening to check the surveillance footage and make everyone pay. The man just got publicly humiliated and is somehow still making threats. Classic villain energy. But then out of nowhere, the entire situation escalates to a completely different level. Some random guy bursts in with a knife, screaming about his cheating wife and attacking anyone in his way. The whole room erupts into chaos. People are screaming that he's attacking with a knife, crying for help. This went from luxury auction to crime scene in about 5 seconds. The knife guy has one condition. Either someone brings out the cheating couple or he kills everyone here. And Zhang Yu, instead of being terrified, starts calculating how to survive by helping the attacker. And this absolute scumbag starts screaming at everyone to go find the people the knife man wants. He'd rather sell out random strangers than face any danger himself. The system gives Jiang Cheng another choice. Option 1, escape with Yu Xiaoxiao for 300 yuan. Option 2, stop the crime and earn 5 appearance points plus a very special massage skill. He's reluctant because it means saving Zhang Yu too, but for the safety of innocent lives and more importantly, for that massage skill, he makes his decision. The look in his eyes says everything about what's about to happen. But first, he activates the triple enhancement card he just got from slapping Zhang Yu. The system power-up kicks in and energy starts surging through him, and he can feel it. Raw, powerful strength flowing through every single part of his body. Our boy just went from regular human to superhuman in the span of 3 seconds. And then he launches himself straight at the knife-wielding maniac like something out of an action movie. No hesitation, no fear, and the punch lands clean. With triple physical enhancement, this isn't even a fight. It's a one-hit knockout that the knife guy never saw coming. Yu Xiaoxiao is standing there completely stunned, realizing that this guy isn't just rich. He's also incredibly strong and capable. And Zhang Yu, the man who was just screaming at everyone to sacrifice strangers to save his own skin, is standing there absolutely terrified. Because the guy who just slapped him around also happens to be a one-man army. And just like that, our boy is standing over the knife guy like it was nothing. The whole lobby in shock. The crowd is losing it, everyone calling him handsome and brave, saying he took the guy down in just 2 moves. The police show up and immediately thank Jiang Cheng for his heroic actions. But Zhang Yu, still on the ground, is screaming that he wants to report an assault. This man just watched someone save the entire room, and his first reaction is to cry victim. The audacity is honestly impressive. The officer turns to ask if the assault claim is actually true, and everyone's watching to see how this plays out. But Yu Xiaoxiao steps up looking absolutely stunning and tells the officer that Zhang Yu is trying to force her into a marriage. And the system pops up showing Yu Xiaoxiao's friendliness has hit 90. She has helplessly fallen for him. Our boy just speedran a relationship. Jiang Cheng pulls her close and promises he won't let that scumbag Zhang Yu bully her anymore. The smooth factor is off the charts right now. The police rule it a misunderstanding over an emotional dispute. And Zhang Yu is on the ground stuttering about surveillance footage, demanding justice that absolutely nobody is going to give him. But Jiang Cheng isn't done. He's thinking this punk harmed Xiaoxiao and still has the nerve to demand surveillance. Time to test out that bad luck card. The bad luck card activates and dark energy engulfs Zhang Yu. He has absolutely no idea what's about to happen to his life, and it starts immediately. His bank calls to say 200,000 yuan just vanished from his account. Zhang Yu is panicking, confirming it was definitely stolen, but it gets worse. Someone runs in to tell him a car crashed into a tree, and that tree fell right onto his car. The bad luck card is working overtime, and Zhang Yu is sprinting out of there like his life depends on it, screaming that he doesn't have time for trivial matters. The universe is doing what the police wouldn't. Jiang Cheng just smiles and says those who do evil will ultimately destroy themselves. Then he takes Xiao Xiao's hand and tells her, let's go. 5 minutes later, they're back in the room and Yu Xiao Xiao is leaning over him asking if he's hurt. The way she says, good boy, let sister check on you. He just smiles and says that kind of trash could never hurt him. The triple physical enhancement is doing wonders for his confidence. But Yu Xiao Xiao insists on examining him anyway, and the way she's looking at him right now, this examination has absolutely nothing to do with medical concerns. She asks if he minds that she has a fiancé. Our boy is sitting there shirtless with abs on full display, saying he's just surprised her fiancé turned out to be like that. She explains that her grandfather arranged the engagement when he was critically ill. She only agreed to put him at ease, then discovered Zhang Yu was cheating with her best friend. Jiang Cheng tells her not to worry because he's here now. She asks him directly if he's willing to maintain this kind of casual relationship. Her inner thoughts reveal that Jiang Cheng is actually her first and that this feels 100 times more relaxed than serious dating. He pulls her in and says of course he doesn't mind, promising to treat her well. Brain chemistry officially compromised on both sides, and that's the last coherent moment before things get very adult very quickly. The Gooners are eating well tonight. The next morning, the hotel maids walk in and immediately start commenting on how much energy young people have these days. The other maid says if her husband were this vigorous, she wouldn't even make it to work. They're judging the bed sheets like forensic investigators. Certified goon fuel apparently left evidence everywhere. Meanwhile, our boy and Yu Xiao Xiao are having a cute breakfast date at a cafe like a normal couple. Domestic bliss unlocked. He's scrolling through social media and sees a classmate named Li Zudong flexing a luxury watch collection as a coming-of-age gift from mom. Everyone's showing off apparently. And that's when our boy gets the most legendary idea. He casually asks Yaxiao if he can borrow her legs for a photo to celebrate his coming-of-age ceremony. She's surprised, asking if it's his birthday. He says no, everyone's been showing off their coming-of-age gifts, and since he doesn't have a luxury car, he'll show off her legs instead. And she agrees, blushing and calling him a little rascal. The fact that she said yes to this is peak relationship energy. So Yu Xiaoxiao starts posing and the results are absolutely devastating. The proportions are arguing with physics right now. She even kicks off her heels for the full photo shoot experience. This man asked to borrow her legs and she gave him the whole gallery. He's snapping photos thinking his coming-of-age ceremony might not have a luxury car, but this ride's speed rivals a supercar. This man did not just say that, and he actually posts the photos online. 6 pictures of Yu Xiaoxiao's legs as his coming-of-age flex. His classmates see it and completely lose their minds. Cheng Benshi says the class monitor's 20,000 yuan watch suddenly seems pathetic. Zhou Benyuan wants a stockings lady too and is crying about wanting to grow up. Meanwhile, Li Zerui calls it a real coming-of-age ceremony. Yejia says his dad's graphics card is nothing in comparison, and Wang Paichang, who only talks to virtual girlfriends, wishes he could go all the way like Jiang Cheng. The entire friend group is down catastrophic, but flexing legs on social media isn't enough. Our boy heads straight to a luxury supercar dealership on Jingxing Road, asking if they have any cars in stock. The saleswoman leads him through a showroom full of supercars, red ones, white ones, black ones. This is basically a candy store for rich people. But here's where it gets interesting. There's an older rich guy, Mr. Huang, trying to buy a car for a young woman named Su Wan. She's politely declining, saying her opinion doesn't matter. This guy insists on picking her up from work every day for her drama filming. Su Wan keeps trying to maintain distance, saying her schedule is too busy. The power dynamic here is giving major red flags. Jiang Cheng is watching this whole thing unfold and suddenly recognizes her. That's Su Wan, who in a few years becomes one of the entertainment industry's top 4 young actresses. He remembers her famous poolside photo, and this is the photo. Su Wan at a pool looking absolutely unreal. And suddenly this manhwa has everyone's undivided attention. Built like a whole Renaissance painting, honestly. Back in reality, Su Wan is physically pushing Mr. Huang away, saying she needs to get back to a company meeting. But this guy is not taking no for an answer. And then the mask comes off completely. Mr. Huang threatens her directly, saying either she accompanies him or the investment is off. Then he goes even further, threatening to blacklist her from the entire industry. But Su Wan doesn't break. She looks him dead in the eye and says regardless of whether he invests or not, she will never give in. Do whatever you want. Respect to this woman, honestly. And right on cue, the system triggers a special mission. Jiang Cheng is standing right there watching the whole thing go down, and it looks like fate just handed him another chance to be a hero. The system mission is clear: help Su-Wan out of her predicament and get her to sign a contract. But our boy knows words alone won't cut it. He needs to prove he has the money to back it up. So he walks right up to the saleswoman, speaking loudly on purpose, and asks about buying a Laterari. She explains it's a limited edition that requires asset verification and owning 5 other models first, and he just looks at her with this smirk and asks, "So that means I'm not qualified to buy it?" The saleswoman hesitates for a second and then says, "Well, if you're really set on buying it, it's not entirely impossible." She explains that some order slots get reassigned due to cancellations, but the deposit would be higher than usual, and without missing a beat, our boy just says he'll pay in full. The saleswoman's brain just short-circuited. Full payment? Does this man even know how much this car costs? And wouldn't you know it, both Mr. Huang and Suwan are watching this whole thing unfold. Even Huang, who thinks twice about a 3 million yuan car, can't believe someone's paying outright for the top-tier Laterari. The saleswoman nervously tells him the base price plus customization runs around 45 to 50 million yuan. That's approximately $7 million for those keeping track. And this man just smiles and says, "I know, that's acceptable." The absolute audacity of saying 50 million is acceptable, like he's ordering takeout. The saleswoman runs to get the manager, and who shows up but our leopard print friend from the auction along with the dealership boss. He recognizes Jiang Cheng immediately. Jiang Cheng casually explains that he just arrived in Shanghai yesterday and isn't used to not having a car, so he thought he'd just buy one. Leopard print guy just laughs and says, "You call this casual? That's some next level flexing right there." He vouches hard for Jiang Cheng, telling the manager about the 18 million yuan watch from yesterday's auction. "Big order coming your way," he says. And there he is, standing there looking like old money incarnate. The watch on his wrist alone is worth more than most people's houses. The saleswoman's jaw is on the floor. The manager skips the asset verification entirely because if you can afford a watch worth over 10 million. Meanwhile, Suwan and Mr. Huang have been watching this entire power display, and the contrast between these two men could not be more obvious right now. Leopard print guy is doing the math out loud. Over 10 million on a watch, 50 million on a car. This might be the wealthiest second gen he's ever met. Jiang Cheng's net worth has to be well past 100 million. But while Jiang Cheng is flexing, Mr. Huang is getting more aggressive with Su Wan. She's trying to leave for a meeting, and this guy is physically crowding her, telling her to stop wasting his time. And then he drops the ultimatum. Either she gets herself ready for him or she gets blacklisted from the entire industry. Then he just turns and storms off. The audacity of this man is genuinely disgusting. And right on cue, Jiang Cheng calls out to her. Miss Su turns around, surprised that someone's addressing her. He introduces himself and tells her straight up, he overheard everything with her investor, and then drops the line, "If Huang won't invest in you, I will." Su Wan can barely process what she's hearing, but internally she's already weighing the situation. This guy clearly has more money than Huang, but without an investor her company will be furious, and Huang might actually blacklist her. He tells her he's busy today, but they can discuss the investment details tomorrow. Suwan eagerly asks if they can exchange contacts, and you can tell she's genuinely relieved. They scan each other's WeChat, and Suwan says she'll see him tomorrow. Just like that, phase 1 of the system mission is complete. Now back to the car situation. Jiang Cheng asks how soon he can get the Laterari, and the manager says it'll take about a year at the earliest. A whole year? Our boy is clearly not thrilled about that timeline. When you've got system money burning a hole in your pocket, but Leopard Print Guy has a solution. There's an exclusive car show happening at the Bund in a few days where all the supercar brands will be showcasing. Jiang Cheng agrees to check it out. Scene change, and Yu Xiaoxiao shows up looking absolutely devastating in a pink designer dress at what appears to be a fancy restaurant. Brain chemistry compromised all over again. She's leading him to their table, recommending the crab roe fried rice as the house specialty. Domestic bliss continuing at maximum capacity. The food spread is absolutely insane. Braised fish, roasted duck, multiple specialty dishes. This is not a casual dinner, this is a full culinary experience. But our boy looks at this entire spread and says the only thing he wants to eat is her. The riz on this man is absolutely unmatched. Xiao tells him he wore her out last night and needs a few more hours of rest. The Gooners are getting fed again, and the evidence is apparently still showing. These two are giving full power couple energy right now. The way they look at each other, this casual arrangement is feeling less casual by the minute. She calls him hubby and leans in for a kiss. He says he likes that, and agrees to let her rest a bit longer. We have officially exited the casual zone. Over dinner, Jiang Cheng brings up Suwan. Xiaoxiao confirms she's an artist at her company, and you can already tell where this conversation is headed. And then Xiaoxiao just asks him point blank, Jiang Cheng, you like Suwan, don't you? No beating around the bush with this woman. He plays it cool, says he wouldn't say he likes her, just happened to run into her. Then he asks what Xiaoxiao thinks of her potential as a talent. Xiaoxiao admits that while the company doesn't pay much attention to Suwan right now, she has genuinely good qualities and real development potential. And then she drops this bombshell. She tells him if he likes Suwan, she can help, and he can come to her anytime he needs, and she won't have any objections about other women. The harem route has been unlocked. He pats her on the head and tells her not to worry, that whether it's her or anyone else, as long as they're his woman, he'll treat them all well. This man really just said that with full confidence. He reveals his plan. He wants to sign Suwan to a contract and fund her projects. Xiao Xiao explains that breaking her current contract would cost millions in penalties, plus he'd need to establish an entire company. He tells Xiao Xiao to handle operations once the company is set up, even offers her shares. But internally, he already knows the system will fund everything, and with the right resources, Suwon becomes a top actress within 2 years. Xiao Xiao immediately refuses the shares, saying she'll only handle management and just wants a high salary. But inside she's thrilled because jumping from department head to company executive puts her influence on a completely different level. He calls her silly and says between the two of them, there's no need for such formality. This man is building a business empire and a harem simultaneously, and that's when Xiao Xiao starts crying. She tells him before they met, her life felt meaningless, just waking up every day being pressured into marriage. He made her feel what it's like to actually be alive. They share a tender embrace at the table, and right on time, Suwon messages asking to confirm tomorrow's meeting details. Jiang Cheng just smiles, thinking that Suwon seems quite anxious to meet. 2 women invested, a company in the works, and a 50 million yuan car on order. Our boy is speedrunning the good life. Suwon shows up right on time, greeting Jiang Cheng as he pulls up in that yellow sports car like it's a taxi. She hops in looking absolutely gorgeous, and he asks where they're headed. Lujiazui Baiyue Hotel, business meeting with style. They sit down and Jiang Cheng asks about the drama she's been planning. Suwon laughs it off, saying it's just a small web drama with a budget of 5 million. 5 million? Our boy instantly loses all enthusiasm. What kind of quality drama can 5 million produce? But Suwon makes her pitch. Low costs, quick returns, and the plot has real potential. She even offers to show him the script first. He waves it off and says no need. He only cares about investing. Suwon is genuinely confused. You don't even want to see the script? He tells her if she's worried, he can transfer the investment money right now. Suwon can barely process this. In all her years in the industry, she's never even heard of an investor like this. But here comes the catch. He has one condition. She has to sign with his company as an artist. Suwon panics a little, reminding him her contract hasn't expired, and breaking it means paying a massive penalty fee. He just says, that's not a problem. And that's when Suwon's guard goes up. She's thinking, I'm not some naive young girl. Nobody promotes you for free in this world. Her brain is having a full civil war right now. On one hand, he's extremely handsome and loaded, so agreeing wouldn't exactly be a loss. On the other hand, she can't betray years of principles. The internal struggle is real. She asks him straight up, do you even have an entertainment company? And he says, not yet, but if you agree there will be one soon. The audacity of this man. He tells her Xiao Xiao already mentioned she's not valued at her current company. He promises to handle the penalty, and his new company will make her the top priority for the next few years. And then Suwon nervously asks the question that's been on her mind. If you invest, are there any special requirements? Her friendliness is sitting at 50, meaning she's still very much on guard. Jiang Cheng checks the stat and thinks, at only 50 points she'd definitely refuse any advances. So he plays it smooth and tells her he won't require any improper contact, though internally he's adding, for now at least. And just like that, friendliness jumps to 60. She's thinking, a company with no shady demands that just throws money at promoting you? What is there to hesitate about? She immediately asks when she can sign. She starts calling him boss, but he says that sounds too distant. How about big brother instead? Suwon is a little caught off guard and asks how old he is. Suwon's not buying it. 20? Didn't they say you're just starting university? Shouldn't you be 18? And then she pauses and goes, wait, you meant age, right? She clearly thought he meant something else entirely. Jiang Cheng just smirks and Suwon's face goes completely red. She calls him a little rogue. This man didn't even say anything inappropriate and she's already flustered. The food arrives and Suwon insists on paying as a thank you. But Jiang Cheng tells her the best return on his investment is her becoming a hit actress, smooth and practical at the same time. Mid-meal, Jiang Cheng realizes he should probably give his parents a heads up about his sudden wealth. Better to prep them now than spend hours explaining when he gets home. He calls his dad right there at the table. His father is already impressed, saying the investment company grew fast and asking if the dividends are good. Jiang Cheng casually mentions around 600,000 a month. Back at home, his dad does the math. Over 7 million a year? His buddy on the phone is saying the son is about to surpass the father. Dad plays it cool and calls him a lucky brat, but mom calls him right out for bragging to his friends about it. Jiang Cheng asks if his parents want any gifts. His dad tells him not to bother, just stay humble because this is only the beginning. Our boy agrees like the dutiful son he is. After the call, he suggests they go shopping since it's still early. Suwon agrees and calls him sugar daddy. Just straight up says it. The vibe between these two is moving fast. She mentions she didn't bring much when she came to Shanghai, so the shopping center would be great. He says no problem, and just like that they're heading out. They arrive at what is clearly a high-end luxury store, and a saleswoman immediately greets them, asking if they have an appointment. Because of course you need a reservation to spend money here. And who do they bump into at the store? Suwon recognizes someone and greets her. Senior Lin Ru, what a coincidence. Suwon stumbles trying to introduce Jiang Cheng. She's thinking it might be too early to call him boss, so she just says she's accompanying a friend to look at watches. The Gooners meanwhile are eating well, because the proportions on display here are absolutely unfair. Now let's talk about Lin Ru. She's a popular star, age 27, appearance 90, figure 88. But here's the kicker, the system shows 78 past partners, and the older guy next to her, Wang Hai, is already eyeing Su-wan like a new opportunity. Jiang Cheng is internally doing the math. 78 past partners? She's been around the block quite a bit, and the guy with her must be absolutely loaded to afford that lifestyle. Wang Hai asks who the pretty junior is, and Lin Ru casually dismisses Su-wan as some girl who played a maid in one of her previous dramas. The disrespect is absolutely palpable. Wang Hai introduces himself as a film investment specialist and hands Su-wan his card. If you ever want to act again, contact me. The vibes here are giving Mr. Huang all over again. And Lin Ru catches that exchange with the sharpest, most venomous look you've ever seen. The jealousy is radiating off this woman in waves. Su-wan takes the card politely, but she's no fool. She's thinking these so-called good friends only tag you on social media to ride your popularity. She thanks him and keeps it moving. They get to the actual watch shopping. The salesperson shows them what's available. The popular 7122 series starts at $380,000 for the women's model. Jiang Cheng asks for the price range. Our boy is thinking he needs something for mom, and it should be more expensive. So he casually asks, do you have any women's watches starting at $500,000? No need to show him anything cheaper. The flex never stops with this man. Lin Ru overhears and is absolutely fuming. She had to sweet-talk Wang Hai just to afford a watch here, and this kid calls $380,000 cheap. Wang Hai is doing the mental calculations too. Meanwhile, Su-wan is sitting there pretending to read a magazine, but internally she is living for this moment. Lin Ru always acts high and mighty, and watching Jiang Cheng accidentally humiliate her is the best entertainment she's had in months. Jiang Cheng walks over and asks if she likes any of the watches she's been looking at. Su-wan quickly says no, just browsing, she can't afford it anyway. And right on cue, the system pops up with a random task. Give Su-wan a women's watch. Reward will be based on results. He was already thinking about getting her a gift, so this works perfectly. He tells her if she likes it, he'll get it for her. But Su-wan refuses immediately. She says absolutely not, she'll buy it herself once she earns enough money. This girl has principles and she's sticking to them. Lin Ru is watching this whole exchange, and she's convinced it's all an act. She's thinking, these days everyone window shops, but nobody actually buys. Let's see if he actually follows through. The salesperson brings out the premium models and starts helping Jiang Cheng try them on. The watches are laid out on the table, and one of them looks particularly clean on his wrist. He turns to Su-wan and asks what she thinks. She gives him a soft smile and says it looks all right. The domestic energy between these two is building whether she realizes it or not. He mentions it feels a bit loose, and Su-wan leans in to tighten it for him. Their hands are touching, and the proximity is doing things to both of their heart rates right now. Su-wan realizes something feels off about what he just said. He's only 18, but he's already subtly flirted with her twice today. Her friendliness just jumped to 70 though, so clearly the strategy is working. Jiang Cheng sees the friendliness bump and confirms his theory. When women say no, the number still goes up. He stands up confidently and tells the salesperson to wrap up both watches. The salesperson's jaw nearly hits the floor. Both watches? As in, the two luxury timepieces that together cost over 2 million yuan? Lin Ru and Wang Hai are standing there completely stunned. 2 million on watches, just like that. Lin Ru still wants to believe it's fake, but deep down she knows she just got absolutely outclassed. Jiang Cheng asks Su-wan to help him pick between two women's watches because he's getting one for his mom. The salesperson explains this one has 450 diamonds totaling 2.5 carats, priced at 883,000 yuan. The other one is 850,000. Su-wan goes to take off the watch she tried on, but Jiang Cheng stops her and tells her to keep it. It's hers now. She immediately protests, saying it's way too expensive, and she really shouldn't accept something like this. But our boy is smooth about it. He says it's a small token with no obligations, and the payment's already been processed so it can't be returned. She tries one more angle, saying just give both to his mother. He laughs and says his mom is in her 60s and the young lady style would make her a laughingstock. Consider it a welcome gift since they'll be colleagues soon. Then he hits her with the look. Are you really refusing my gesture right now? Su-wan is internally panicking. She's turned him down again and again in front of everyone, and he is going to be her boss. Her friendliness just jumped to 75, so clearly the pressure worked. The total comes to 4.39 million yuan. And the store is so grateful they hand him a complimentary gift on top of everything. Meanwhile, Lin Ru is absolutely losing it on the inside. A nobody like Su-wan gets an 850,000 yuan watch while her own status is higher but her watch is worse. She has the audacity to ask why they didn't get a complimentary gift too. The salesperson politely tells her that particular gift is not available for them. Wang Hai is fuming internally. His entire plan was buy Lin Ru a watch, romantic dinner, then hotel. And this kid completely destroyed the mood. He tells her they're leaving. The salesperson asks if Lin Ru still wants her timepiece. She says they'll talk about it next time and walks out completely humiliated. And that's when the system pops up. Mission complete. Because Su-wan's friendliness kept climbing, the reward evaluation is very high. 1 to 3 times random cashback on everything he just spent. He rolls the 3 times multiplier. 13.17 million yuan deposited into his account instantly. After deducting the 4 million he spent, he's up nearly 9 million, and he's already thinking about getting Suwon more gifts. So naturally, the spending spree continues. They hit up a luxury handbag boutique next. He asks Suwon what kind of bag she likes, and she's already begging him to stop. The saleswoman pulls out the 2 hottest bags of the season without being asked twice. And without a single moment of hesitation, he snaps and says perfect, he'll take them both. This man does not know how to buy just one of anything. The total comes to 120,000 yuan, and he's now a valued member. At this rate, he's collecting luxury memberships like they're free samples. Suwon is genuinely speechless. She's thinking the boss is operating on a completely different level from everyone she's ever met. On the drive back, Suwon thanks him for everything and invites him up to her place for a drink. He asks, just water? She says wine is fine too. He says he'd better not, because if he stays for drinks he might accidentally charm her. She calls him full of himself, but the smile says she doesn't entirely mind. She gets out with all her shopping bags, tells him to get some rest, and thanks him for keeping her company today. Just a sweet little wave goodbye. And as she walks toward her building, she's thinking he really didn't try to come upstairs at all. He's actually a genuinely good person. Friendliness just hit 80, which is huge. Meanwhile, our boy is doing the math in his head. 80 points means secret crush territory. He's grinning to himself, thinking Suwon will be his sooner or later. The confidence on this man is unshakable. Half an hour later, he arrives at the Yun Hotel, where a very attractive manager welcomes him home. And the gooners are absolutely feasting because the proportions on this woman are criminal. She's internally thinking about how rare premium clients are. He booked a courtyard villa for a full week straight, and she is determined to provide impeccable service. Our boy is casually doing laps shirtless and asks manager Wang if they serve any particularly unique dishes, specifically the kind that are exceptionally expensive. She lists off their restaurant options: Chinese, French, Italian, and Japanese, all to the highest standard. And the way she's sitting right now is making this scene very difficult to focus on. The specialties include yellow-lipped fish and alba white truffles. This man is eating like royalty while casually spending money to make even more money. And then he casually asks her to arrange a massage, because swimming, champagne, and gourmet food apparently weren't relaxing enough. Manager Wang says of course, and suggests they proceed to his room for the massage. The blush on her face is telling a story all by itself. She gets ready for the massage session, and the visuals here are making it abundantly clear why this is considered a premium service. The gooners are being fed a 5-course meal right now. Jiang Cheng thought it would be a simple shoulder rub, but it turns out to be a full aromatherapy massage. The surprise on his face is priceless. She tells him to close his eyes and relax because the spa treatment is their specialty. And the way she's looking at him right now is absolutely not just professional courtesy. The massage gets underway, and the imagery here is doing some extremely heavy lifting. We'll just leave it at that. Our boy is completely melting into the sheets right now. The flower effects floating around him are telling you everything you need to know about how good this feels. And the view from his perspective right now is absolutely devastating. This is certified goon fuel, and the replay value on this scene is through the roof. But let's circle back to one more key moment from the watch store. Jiang Cheng asks Suwon to try on the diamond watch, and she looks absolutely radiant wearing it. He casually remarks both watches are much better than that 380,000 yuan model. And Lin Ru, who was eyeing that exact model, walks right up looking ready to explode. But our boy doesn't even acknowledge the drama. He just tells the salesperson to wrap up both watches and hands over his card like it's nothing. Manager Wang finishes up and tells him she'll pick him up for the auto show tomorrow. And our boy is sitting there thinking it was just a normal spa service, and his imagination ran wild. The next day, it's the Shanghai Auto Show. Luxury cars everywhere, gorgeous models posing, photographers going crazy. Jiang Cheng rolls up solo because his buddy Qin Fen bailed at the last minute. But honestly, he doesn't need anyone to help him spend money. He scopes out the cars, and the most expensive one is only 2.2 million yuan. His reaction: cheap. Way too cheap. This man's standards have been permanently ruined. But then he notices some familiar faces in the crowd. Zhang Yun, Xu Ya, Li Shudong, Cheng Xipeng, all his old high school classmates just standing right there. And that's when the guys realize something wild. Their old classmate Zhou Ying is here, and her job in Shanghai is working as an auto show model. And there she is. Zhou Ying in a burgundy dress, looking absolutely devastating. The gooners are eating extremely well right now because the proportions on this woman are arguing with physics. One of the guys wants to pick Zhou Ying up after work, but Xu Ya is already being catty about it. She says Zhou Ying turned down their graduation trip invite and clearly thinks she's too good for them. And Zhou Ying heard every single word. The look on her face says it all, but she stays quiet. Because what are you even supposed to say to that? And then Jiang Cheng walks up waving. He's wondering how all his high school classmates ended up at the same auto show in Shanghai. They're shocked to see him since apparently nobody told him about this trip. And our boy is looking clean. The LV scarf, the confidence, the glow-up is undeniable right now. But here's the thing. Li Shudong reveals they intentionally left Jiang Cheng out of the graduation trip. And now he's annoyed they accidentally ran into him. The audacity on this guy. Cheng Xipeng just laughs it off and points at Li Shudong, telling Jiang Cheng he'll have to ask him about why he wasn't invited. At least someone here isn't completely fake. The girls are immediately noticing the glow-up. They're saying it hasn't been that long since they last saw him, but he looks way more handsome now. They're literally asking if he got work done in Shanghai. Cheng Jipang jokes that Jiang Cheng is still not as good looking as him, but even his voice sounds better now. Our boy brushes it off and asks what they're all doing here. Car shopping? Zhu Ya says they can't afford any of these cars, they just ran into Zhou Ying. She points out all the guys crowding around taking photos of her. And when Jiang Cheng defends Zhou Ying saying it's just a temporary job, Zhu Ya isn't having it. She calls Zhou Ying their untouchable pure school goddess and questions why she's dressed like that. But then the system pops up with Zhu Ya's stats. Looks 89, figure 88, and past partners? Our boy is internally screaming because Zhu Ya has been with 30 guys while talking about Zhou Ying's purity. Meanwhile, Zhang Yun's stats pop up too. Past partners 2, friendliness 75, much more reasonable numbers across the board. But wait, Zhu Ya's friendliness toward him is 90, which means close relationship territory. They barely even talk normally. He's thinking poor Cheng Jipang is actually obsessed with a girl like this. Cheng Jipang notices him zoning out and asks what he's spacing out about. If only this man knew what the system just revealed about his crush. And Jiang Cheng just grabs him in a hug and tells him to take care of himself. Cheng Jipang is completely confused, asking if he's on something. But our boy can't exactly explain that the system exposed his girlfriend's body count. He turns to Zhou Ying with the biggest smile and tells her she's gotten even more beautiful after just a few days apart. The flower effects around him are doing heavy lifting right now. Zhou Ying asks if he came to check out the auto show too. He plays it cool and says yeah, just browsing. And she is sitting on that car looking like a whole Renaissance painting right now. Jiang Cheng casually asks if they're all surrounding Zhou Ying because they plan to buy a car. And Li Shudong fires back, saying this is the latest and most expensive model. You can't just buy it like an electric scooter. The other classmates hype Li Shudong up, calling him class president and saying he even knows about supercars. He proudly explains it's the first mid-engine four-wheel drive in history. After tax, 5.8 million yuan. And Jiang Cheng hits him with the smoothest counter. You know all these details and you're not here to buy one? Li Shudong starts stuttering because he walked right into that one. Zhou Ying politely asks everyone to leave because she's working and they're crowding her display area. She says they can catch up another time. Professional through and through. Li Shudong is internally fuming, thinking Jiang Cheng is trying to embarrass him. So he pivots to Zhou Ying, says his family wants to reward him for scoring 625 on the national exam, and asks her to personally show him around the cars. Zhou Ying politely tells him she doesn't really know the specs and he should ask the actual sales ladies instead. She's clearly not interested in being his personal tour guide. Li Shudong insists he's more comfortable asking her since they're old classmates. And that's when Jiang Cheng drops the bomb, calling him out for using car shopping as an excuse to chat up the goddess. Absolutely ruthless. Li Shudong gets defensive and snaps back. He says buying a car isn't like shopping at a convenience store, then challenges Jiang Cheng to buy one himself if he's talking so casually. And the smirk on our boy's face right now is telling you everything. But then the auto show manager walks over and scolds Zhou Ying for chatting during work hours. He reminds her they're not paying her 2,000 a day to socialize. Jiang Cheng tells Li Shudong to go learn about cars somewhere else since he just got Zhou Ying in trouble. Li Shudong explodes, accusing Jiang Cheng of deliberately targeting him and demanding to know which car he's actually planning to buy. And that's when the manager spots Jiang Cheng's watch. His eyes go wide because that is not a broke college student's wrist. He immediately switches gears and offers paint protection film if Jiang Cheng buys the car. Our boy pulls out the black card without a second of hesitation and says he'll pay in full. Just like that. No financing, no thinking about it. Absolute cinema. And every single person in the group short circuits. Jiang Yun can't believe it. The base price alone is over 5 million and fully loaded it's over 8 million. Cheng Jipang is asking if Jiang is really that loaded. Even Zhu Ya is standing there frozen with her hands on her chest. That friendliness score is probably climbing as we speak. Li Shudong desperately tries to shut it down, saying Jiang Cheng is showing off and might get Zhou Ying fired. But our boy fires back perfectly, asking how buying a car hurts her when he's buying it specifically because of her. And then he asks the manager to confirm. The manager immediately backs him up and confirms that if the purchase goes through, the full commission goes directly to Zhou Ying. Jiang Cheng asks if the car is in stock to drive off today. Full payment, keep it simple. The manager confirms it's available immediately and invites him to the VIP lounge. Zhou Ying is standing right there watching all of this unfold. The payment terminal confirms it. Transaction complete. This man just casually dropped millions on a supercar to prove a point and help out his classmate at the same time. The manager tells Zhou Ying to take excellent care of young Master Zhang. Every single classmate is standing there watching with their jaws on the floor. The man who wasn't even invited on the graduation trip just bought a supercar in front of all of them. And Li Shudong is absolutely cooked. Sweating bullets, face twisted, standing next to Zhu Ya who can't even process what just happened. The class president, who knows everything about supercars, just got shown up by the guy nobody bothered to invite. Now the classmates are swarming him. Cheng Jipang is asking how he kept such a low profile back in school, and Zhu Ya is practically begging for a ride in the supercar, and her friendliness just hit 95. But Zhang Yun comes in with the reality check, pointing out that Zhang Cheng bought the car for Zhou Ying and supercars only have 2 seats, so there's no room for you, Shuya. And Shuya fires back without missing a beat, saying she'll take the passenger seat since Zhou Ying has to work anyway. Then she adds that as a car model, plenty of guys probably let Zhou Ying ride in their cars every day. The shade is astronomical, and our boy is sitting there on the VIP couch completely baffled, wondering why Shuya's friendliness went up again when he hasn't done anything. He's thinking he really can't stand this type of person. Manager Wang steps in looking absolutely stunning in that burgundy dress, and smoothly agrees that the car really only looks right with Zhou Ying sitting in it. She is built like a whole Renaissance painting right now, by the way. But Zhuya isn't done stirring the pot. She asks Zhang Cheng about his breakup with Zhao Jia, and whether it was because of Zhou Ying. And internally, she's thinking if she can't have what she wants, she'll make sure everyone else is uncomfortable too. Pure villain energy, and that bomb lands perfectly. Zhou Ying is visibly shocked hearing that Zhang Cheng broke up with Zhao Jia, saying he was always so good to her. This is clearly news to the school goddess. Our boy stands up right next to Manager Wang and handles it like a pro. He tells everyone his breakup has nothing to do with anyone else, including Zhou Ying, but then casually adds that Zhou Ying is so beautiful any guy would like her. Smooth operator. Then Cheng Shipeng grabs his wrist and absolutely loses it over the watch, screaming that it's worth over $1 million. He says our boy is literally wearing an apartment building on his wrist. And Zhang Cheng plays it off perfectly, saying they've graduated now and he did well on the college entrance exams, so his family insisted on rewarding him. He couldn't exactly refuse. The casual rich boy act is truly unmatched. Like Sudong, clearly sick of watching Zhang Cheng's flex parade, suggests they go find dinner before traffic gets bad. And Shuya is standing there thinking she knows he's showing off, but there's absolutely nothing she can do about it. But before they leave, Shuya turns around and invites Zhang Cheng to eat with them and go shopping after. She went from talking about Zhou Ying's purity to trying to secure dinner plans with the rich boy real quick. Our boy smoothly declines, saying he has plans tonight, but he tells them they should hang out when everyone's back in Rongcheng, keeping it polite while keeping his distance. And Zhuya lights up like a Christmas tree, telling him it's a deal and to contact her when he's back. Girl, your friendliness is at 95 and your body count is at 30. Zhang Cheng knows the truth and he is not interested. He turns to Zhou Ying and tells her to keep working while he goes to look around. She thanks him genuinely, and the sparkle effects around these two right now are doing serious overtime. He tells her they're all classmates, no need to be so polite, and promises they'll hang out next time. The way these two are looking at each other right now is giving main couple energy, and I am here for it. So our boy starts wandering the auto show floor and immediately gets approached by a saleswoman asking if he's interested in any other models. When you've already dropped millions, the VIP treatment follows you around. She shows him a pinkish red supercar that's been specially customized for female customers. Night vision, lane assist, safety braking, the works. And this car is absolutely gorgeous. And immediately our boy's imagination kicks in, picturing himself and Jia Yaosao in the car together. He's thinking this car would be absolutely perfect for her. Down bad doesn't even begin to describe this man. Look at this man's face right now. He's already made up his mind. When Zhang Cheng decides to buy something for his girl, there is zero hesitation involved. He asks how much, and the saleswoman tells him it's 9.5 million yuan because of the premium configuration. That is more expensive than the first car he just bought. Let that sink in. The saleswoman doesn't even finish her sentence about 3 years of maintenance before Zhang Cheng cuts her off and says just swipe the card. She nearly short circuits and starts processing it immediately. This man treats millions like pocket change. But wait, he's not done. He asks if they can arrange a delivery ceremony for the car. The saleswoman is practically glowing as she guarantees the full ceremonial treatment. This man is about to gift a supercar with a red carpet event. And then he casually mentions it's a gift and he'll send the recipient's address later. 2 supercars in one visit. Our boy just dropped nearly 20 million yuan at an auto show like he was picking up groceries. Now here's where it gets interesting. There's a live streamer at the show. A pink-haired girl who is, and I say this respectfully, absolutely stacked. She's broadcasting about the pinkish red supercar to her viewers. She's hyping up the car to her chat, telling them that if you give this supercar to a girl, she'll fall in love with you on the spot. And Zhang Cheng is just chilling on the couch right behind her, completely unbothered. Then she tells her viewers that the guy behind her literally just bought this car, and if they get her likes to 3,000, she'll do a live interview with him. The chat is going wild with hearts and comments. But then a staff member walks over and asks the live streamer whether she's here to order a car or just browsing, and you can already tell this isn't going to end well for her. The streamer nervously admits she just wanted to look at the car, and the proportions on this woman are genuinely arguing with physics right now. But that's not going to save her from what comes next. The staff member asks for proof of funds verification, and the whole thing is being captured live on stream. The chat is already roasting her, with comments saying the verification requires at least 7 figures. She fires back, pointing at Zhang Cheng and asking why he got to check out cars without verification. The staff politely tells her it's standard policy for all customers, except clearly it wasn't standard for our boy because he actually bought the car. Her chat is going absolutely feral. Comments are saying, poor little streamer, this brand requires 7 figures just to browse, and suggesting she go interview the big spender instead. Another day of the streamer getting publicly humbled. Meanwhile, Zhou Ying, who saw the whole thing from nearby, is sitting there in absolute shock. She's thinking Jiang Cheng actually spent 20 million in less than half an hour, and she is looking devastating while processing this information. She's blushing and thinking that even before her family ran into financial trouble, they could never have spent money like that. The school goddess is having a full recalculation of exactly who Jiang Cheng really is. 2 hours later, all the paperwork is done and the red car is already on its way to Xiaoxiao. Our boy stretches and gets ready to collect the keys for his first supercar. Just a casual afternoon of buying 2 luxury vehicles. The auto show manager hands him his keys and asks about license plates. Our boy starts thinking about how to get Shanghai plates since he's not from here, considering some special methods might be needed. And right on cue, the system drops a random reward. A premium Shanghai license plate JC111 already selected at the vehicle management office with personnel on their way to install it. This system is literally a cheat code. Jiang Cheng just smirks and thinks the system is incredibly thoughtful. JC for Jiang Cheng, triple ones for the flex. This man's license plate has his own initials on it like he's a superhero. Sure enough, a government vehicle office worker shows up personally to deliver the plates. Jiang Cheng just says, okay, like this is completely normal and not at all insane. And there it is. The plate reads Shanghai AJC111. The staff are freaking out because it's a local Shanghai plate with his exact initials. They've never seen someone with this kind of pull before. The auto show manager is standing there sweating bullets because getting a personalized Shanghai plate with door-to-door installation is not something normal rich people can arrange. Our boy just casually tells the manager not to overthink it, claiming he pre-reserved the plate number. But the manager is internally screaming that you don't get personal government service from a pre-reservation. The manager is caught between disbelief and flattery, questioning the whole situation but then immediately switching to praising Mr. Zhang's amazing luck and meaningful plate choice. He knows better than to push a client like this. The staff confirms the license plate installation is complete, bowing respectfully next to the car. Everything is handled with maximum VIP treatment, and the manager is having a full existential crisis, thinking Jiang Cheng must be some provincial tycoon's precious grandson or a high-ranking official's relative, because ordinary people simply cannot command this kind of influence. A few minutes later, Zhou Ying finds him and thanks him for everything today, and she is standing there in that burgundy dress looking absolutely devastating because of course she is. She says she's about to get off work and asks if she can treat him to dinner since they ran into each other. The school goddess is making moves and the sparkle effects confirm this is a certified moment. Our boy is about to say yes when suddenly his phone starts ringing, and timing like this in a manhwa means something is about to go very wrong for someone. He picks up the phone and says hello, and the look on his face says he wasn't expecting this caller at all. And it's Cheng Zhipeng, sobbing by the Huangpu River, screaming that he just got dumped and threatening to jump in if Jiang Cheng doesn't come drink with him immediately. Remember Xu Ya with the 30 body count? Yeah, this was inevitable. Both Jiang Cheng and Zhou Ying react with pure shock. So much for that romantic dinner, because our boy has a friend to save from himself right now. So Jiang Cheng apologizes to Zhou Ying and explains that his buddy just got his heart broken and needs a drinking partner. He offers to take her to dinner tomorrow instead. And Zhou Ying is surprised, asking about the breakup with Xu Ya. And Zhou Ying, being the absolute queen she is, just smiles and says, let's make it another day. The way these two are looking at each other right now, the chemistry is off the charts. Our boy walks into the bar and immediately asks Cheng Zhipeng what happened to jumping in the Huangpu River. And Zhipeng, already deep into the drinks with crawfish on the table, Zhipeng starts pouring his heart out, screaming that he just found out he was a simp this whole time, a backup option. And Jiang Cheng, calm as ever, just says, go on, keep talking. The emotional support friend energy is strong here. He goes on about how Xu Ya always ordered him around like a servant. But the moment Li Shudong goes to the bathroom, Xu Ya follows him like a lost puppy without a second thought. This man was never even on the roster. Jiang Cheng, with the patience of a man who has heard enough backstory, just says get to the point. And honestly, same. And here comes the bomb. Zhipeng says he followed them out quietly and caught Xu Ya and Li Shudong hugging, kissing, and all over each other in the hallway. Our boy is so devastated he's about to crush the glass in his hand. Jiang Cheng hits him with the cold truth. You never even started dating her, so how can you be heartbroken? And Zhipeng, through his tears, asks if he really has to be this sharp-tongued right now. The answer is yes. Yes, he does. Then Jiang Cheng gets serious and tells him straight up, Xu Ya is no good. Let her go bother Li Shudong, who knows what diseases that guy might catch. And Zhipeng's eyes go wide, asking if Jiang Cheng knows something he doesn't. Jiang Cheng tells him he's heard from friends that Xu Ya's private life is an absolute mess, and that he tried to hint at this before, but Zhipeng wouldn't listen. Remember the 30 body count from last episode? Zhipeng admits his brain must have been squashed back then and says forget it. Enough talk, it's all in the drink. He raises his glass for a cheers, and just like that, the healing through alcohol begins. 1 hour later, Jiang Cheng is helping Zhipeng into a taxi. Our boy drunkenly promises to come keep him company the next time his heart gets broken, and Jiang Cheng tells him to shut up and go sleep it off. But while Jiang Cheng is waiting for his designated driver, some woman walks up to his car and tells him to step away because it's her boyfriend's vehicle and he can't afford to pay for any damage. And the system stats pop up. Her name is Chen Li, appearance 85, figure 90, and past partners 65. 65! That is not a body count, that is a census. Jiang Cheng just stands there completely unbothered while she immediately backtracks, claiming she's drunk and was just kidding. Then she says he looks so much like her boyfriend. Sure he does. The audacity on this woman is genuinely impressive. And our boy fires back saying she doesn't look anything like his girlfriend. Chen Li is sitting there with her hand over her mouth acting all shocked. But come on, we all know exactly what game she's playing right now. She starts calling him handsome and asking if he knows how to drive a Ferrari with one hand. And Jiang Cheng, who actually owns the car she's talking about, educates her that a high-horsepower rear-wheel drive performance car requires both hands. She picked the wrong flex on the wrong person. Now she's pivoting to gaming, claiming she's amazing at PUBG and knows 10 different ways to get a chicken dinner, and she asks if he wants to play with her. The proportions on this woman are honestly arguing with physics, but with 65 past partners, she is a walking red flag factory. Jiang Cheng just deadpans and says the only game he plays is Honor of Kings. Complete shutdown. This man has the social defense stats of a maxed out tank build. And right on time, the designated driver arrives. A pink-haired girl in a white dress walks up and asks if he's the one who called. Wait a minute, does she look familiar to you? Because she should. It's the live streamer from the auto show. Her name is Qiao Yining, and she's still streaming. She introduces herself and then realizes he looks familiar, and her chat is going absolutely wild, because they recognize him as the guy who bought the Ferrari earlier today. The crossover nobody expected. Our boy notices her phone filming him and grabs it, saying with a smirk that since he's this handsome, taking photos cost money. The confidence on this man is unshakable. Qiao Yining quickly apologizes and turns the camera back to herself, realizing she forgot she was filming. Her chat is blowing up and she's blushing like crazy. The gooners in her chat are absolutely eating well right now. He asks if she's really both a streamer and a designated driver. She explains she does driving gigs on the side for extra cash, and then nervously asks if she could film his car for her stream. Our boy just shrugs and says he doesn't mind, and she loses her mind. She's telling her viewers she can't believe she actually encountered a Ferrari SF90, the headline car from today's auto show that does 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds. Her chat is commenting that this license plate isn't something an ordinary family can get, and the chat starts getting spicy. Viewers are commenting that the little streamer might have some indescribable encounter with the tycoon and leap across social classes. She's standing there blushing while her audience writes fan fiction about her in real time. But hold on, Chen Li hasn't given up yet. She slides back in and offers to be his driver for free, looking absolutely devastating with the sparkle effects going full blast. This woman saw the Ferrari and activated her final form. And Jiang Cheng puts his hand up and says he'll pass on free because that sounds like it could lead to complications. Smart man. With her stats, complications is the understatement of the century. Instead, he turns to Qiao Yining and asks if she can actually drive a supercar, because letting a random person behind the wheel of a 10 million yuan Ferrari is a legitimate concern. She confidently tells him she's test-driven plenty of sports cars and used to be an automotive review blogger, and the system confirms it with her stats: appearance 94, figure 90, and most importantly, past partners 0. That is a clean record if I have ever seen one. No wonder our boy is choosing wisely. They get in the car and she asks if she can live stream while driving, promising to only film herself. He says he really doesn't mind and asks if she does this every day. She explains she just happened to have free time today and picked up the driving gig after streaming at the auto show. He tells her let's go, she says okay, and she sets up her phone to keep streaming. The designated driver/live streamer combo is officially in effect. Qiao Yining is absolutely losing it on stream, telling her viewers she never thought she'd be driving a Ferrari. She's rambling about how the car gets your blood pumping and she needs to focus. Her chat is asking about the streamer name and this whole ride is becoming premium content. Meanwhile, Jiang Cheng is watching her stream from the passenger seat and thinking to himself that if it weren't for her past partners showing 0 in his system, the way she talks like a pro would have made him think she was an easy girl. But the stats don't lie. Then he starts scrolling through her stream analytics and scoffs. Decent viewership, but barely any donations. The top donor is only $300 and he thinks that's just pathetic. This is a man who dropped 20 million earlier today, judging someone's streaming revenue. He digs deeper into her numbers. Her weekly growth value means she got about 800 yuan in gifts. And after the platform takes its cut, her daily income is just over 60 yuan. That is genuinely depressing for someone with nearly 10,000 viewers. He straight up tells her that with over 10,000 viewers and this little money, no wonder she needs side jobs. He suggests she just focus on being a designated driver because she'd probably earn more. The financial roast is brutal but honestly accurate. She admits she has no real skills, doesn't know how to butter up big donors, and usually just drives around letting viewers see Shanghai's traffic jams. Her chat is actually rallying behind her though, sending free gifts and calling her a pitiful little streamer. Then she says there's something she's been curious about. She asked why the supercar manager treated him so differently at the show and why she needed fun verification, but he didn't. Jiang Cheng casually says they probably recognized him from buying a car at Ferrari. You know, just a casual 10 million yuan purchase that gives you VIP access everywhere. Her eyes go wide as she realizes he actually bought this car today. The chat immediately starts commenting about the difference between regular people and the ultra-rich, while the Ferrari tears through the night streets. Another human being having an existential crisis because of Jiang Cheng's wallet. They arrive at his place, Yangyun, which is only one of the most exclusive luxury resorts in Shanghai. She hands back the keys and he compliments her driving. Qiao Yining is blushing and thanking him for the approval. And I have to say, she is genuinely adorable right now with those big blue eyes and that pink hair. The whole package is kind of devastating. She asks him what kind of live streams he usually watches, probably fishing for a follow. And our boy, smooth as ever, just says he watches beauties. She walked right into that one and she knows it. She immediately seizes the opportunity, clasping her hands together and asking if she counts as a beautiful streamer. Then she asks if the rich sir could maybe give a little support to this pitiful little streamer, like boosting her rank or something. The shameless hustle is actually kind of endearing. Jiang Cheng is just standing there with his phone, looking at her with that signature smirk that says he's already 3 steps ahead in this conversation. And then she goes for it. She asks how about inviting her in for a glass of water, saying that level of support should be okay, right? She is looking up at him with those eyes and she knows exactly what she's doing. The gooners are watching this unfold in real time on her stream, and Jiang Cheng's inner monologue kicks in. He knows she's trying to get inside to live stream his place for content and boost her channel. But he thinks, isn't she afraid of a lamb walking into a tiger's den? So he decides to tease her and asks what kind of water she's thinking of. The smirk on this man is criminal. And Qiao Yining's brain completely short-circuits. She's sweating, she's nervous, and she's realizing there's really only 2 possibilities of what he means by that. The cliffhanger energy is immaculate, and I will see you in the next episode. And our boy hits her with the smoothest rejection possible, saying the hotel water isn't clean so he can't invite her in. But if fate brings them together again, he'll treat her to milk tea. The chat is losing it because his account is literally a freeloader with 0 donations. Qiao Yining is fuming on her stream, calling him a jerk. She's ranting that he wouldn't even add her on WeChat, was playing hard to get in the car, and now acts like he doesn't know her. The streamer rejection arc is hitting hard. She waves goodbye and walks off, but here's the thing, Jiang Cheng's system shows her friendliness value just jumped to 60. He's thinking that with that kind of increase, next time he could probably invite her out for street-side spicy hot pot and she'd say yes. His phone buzzes with a message from Wang Zheng, asking if he can arrange dinner at the luxury hotel tonight. Jiang Cheng figures since he's starting university in Shanghai soon, these social networking events are unavoidable, so he might as well get a preview. He walks into the hotel and manager Wang welcomes him back like royalty. Without hesitation, he starts rattling off an order that sounds like a millionaire's grocery list. 2 yellow-lipped fish, alba white truffle, the fantasy sundae, party of 5, and just let the chef handle the rest. Manager Wang gently informs him that their yellow-lipped fish are medium-sized, priced at approximately 1 million yuan each. And our boy's inner monologue is thinking he could easily order 10 if he wasn't worried about looking like a tacky nouveau riche. The restraint on this man is purely about aesthetics, not budget. He just tells manager Wang to handle it as she sees fit. That's it. No negotiation, no price checking, just pure unbothered tycoon energy. Wang Zheng and his crew arrive, and the second he sees the table, he's already speechless. 2 yellow-lipped fish, he can't even process the level of extravagance he's looking at right now. And the spread is absolutely insane. 2 whole yellow-lipped fish, a massive lobster, truffle dishes, a rainbow sundae, and more. This table is giving 6-figure dinner energy, and it's not even close to being subtle. Wang Zheng's friends are leaning over the table in complete shock. One says these 2 fish alone could buy a car, and the other can't even comprehend that fish can be that expensive. Welcome to Jiang Cheng's world, where your dinner costs more than your vehicle. Manager Wang leans in to educate the table, explaining that yellow-lipped fish is one of the 4 most expensive seafoods in the world, extremely rare, with the price depending on size. The ones they're eating tonight are just medium-sized. Just medium, casual. And then she drops the real bomb. This right here is Italian alba white truffle, equally precious, and in total the meal Jiang Cheng prepared for everyone tonight costs over 3 million yuan. 3 million for dinner. One of the girls is having a full existential crisis, saying that 3 million yuan could buy a several hundred square meter house back in her hometown. And honestly, the gooners in the audience are probably not listening to a word she's saying right now because the proportions on this woman are absolutely wild. Jiang Cheng tells everyone not to hold back and just enjoy the meal. Wang Zheng thanks him for the hospitality, and just like that, 5 people are casually having a dinner that costs more than most people make in a decade. After everyone happily finishes the meal, Wang Zheng thanks him and suggests hitting the bun for drinks since it's still early. But Jiang Cheng declines, saying he already had drinks with a classmate earlier. The man has social stamina limits apparently. Wang Zheng waves and says no worries. He'll book a big booth at a club tomorrow night and they'll have a proper time then. The social calendar of the wealthy never stops. Manager Wang presents the bill, mentioning the hotel gave him a special discount, bringing it down to 2.98 million yuan. Jiang Cheng just says thank you like he's paying for a cup of coffee. The discount saved him 20,000 yuan, which for normal people is a lot, but for him is basically a rounding error. And here's where the system does its thing. Dining cashback card activated, 2.98 million spent, 10 times cashback multiplied by the number of diners, which is 5. Total cashback, 149.1 million yuan deposited straight to his bank account. This man just made 150 million from eating dinner. Our boy is absolutely beaming right now. He never thought inviting a few people to dinner could net him over 100 million in cashback. This meal was absolutely worth it. The ROI on friendship has never been higher. Manager Wang confirms the payment went through and wishes him a good night. She's holding his phone like she just processed a completely normal transaction, not a 3 million yuan dinner tab. Back in his suite, Jiang Cheng kicks back on the bed and sends a message to everyone saying he's home, but more importantly, he's about to do some late night browsing. He pulls up Qiao Yining's live stream and she's telling viewers to listen to some music for now. But our boy is having a realization, thinking that looking more closely, Qiao really does have that 94-point beauty score. He was too distracted by her nervousness earlier to notice. The Gooners are eating incredibly well tonight, and then the system detects that his livestream account is excessively impoverished and gives him 3 million Yuchi coins. This tycoon system is really something, just finding ways to throw money at him. His freeloader account just jumped straight to level 65. And he decides to rename it Pillar of the Sea. He enters her stream chat as Pillar of the Sea and immediately asks if the streamer isn't going out hunting tonight. The chat notices a level 65 account just appeared out of nowhere, and everyone's confused because they've never seen this big brother before. Qiao Yining sees this mysterious level 65 account drop into her stream and she is visibly shook. A big brother of that level in her channel? She's looking absolutely stunning right now with those sparkle effects going crazy around her. She puts on her best smile and warmly welcomes Big Brother Pillar of the Sea, explaining that she's got a guild PK mission coming up, so she's staying in tonight. Those big green eyes and that pink hair are genuinely devastating in this close-up. And the PK battle connects. On one side we have Qiao Yining, and on the other side is her opponent, a purple-haired streamer going by Beast Girl Little Sister. She's already 169 points behind, which is not a great start. Jiang Cheng pulls up the system stats on this opponent. Her name is Huang Ling, age 28, beauty 69, figure 89, and wait for it, past partner 70. That is a body count that should come with its own Wikipedia page. Our boy is amused because this glamorous-looking streamer who appears to be a 90 is actually only a 69 according to the system. Meanwhile, Qiao's genuine 94 should easily dominate. He's thinking, this PK should be a cakewalk, right? Han Ling puts on her sweetest voice and says she's so lucky to connect with Qiao on the first match, asking her to help pass the first round. The confidence on this woman suggests she fully expects to steamroll our girl. And Qiao Yining drops a heartbreaking confession. She's never won a single PK since she started streaming. Every streamer loves connecting with her because she's a guaranteed free win. But her company requires her to win at least 2 rounds or she loses her attendance bonus. And without it, she can't even pay rent. The stakes are genuinely depressing. Qiao greets her opponent politely, asking her #1 supporter to go easy on her. And Huang Ling is over there grinning like a cat who just cornered a mouse, already counting this as a win. But then the system drops a new mission. Lead Qiao Yining to win the PK championship and receive tip cashback with a multiplier up to 50 times. Jiang Cheng sees that multiplier and immediately thinks, with returns like that, he's absolutely playing along. Qiao Yining asks her new #1 big brother if he has any requests, saying she'll do them all. And Jiang Cheng is thinking that he never expected to have a connection with this girl, but if he actually becomes her top supporter, she's on stream begging for even a single yuan donation to get on the weekly rankings, calling herself pitiful. And her chat is absolutely roasting her. One viewer says they freeload and they're proud of it. Another says they came specifically to watch her lose. This girl's fanbase is genuinely savage. Qiao tries to save face, saying she could never look down on her fans and that everyone's just so eloquent and talented. But you can see the frustration on her face. This girl is getting bullied by her own viewers and trying to stay professional about it. And Jiang Cheng decides it's showtime. With that signature smirk, he types that he'll tip her 5 weaklings first to get things started. Qiao receives the gift of 5 tiny items and immediately puts on her sweetest voice, thanking Big Brother Pillar of the Sea for the medical fees. She's doing her best to be grateful, but you can tell she's slightly confused, because 5 weaklings equals exactly 1 yuan. A level 65 Big Brother walks into her stream and tips her 1 yuan. She's internally screaming, wondering if she's actually cursed when it comes to streaming. The disappointment is palpable. Meanwhile, the PK scoreboard is looking dire. Qiao's sitting at 20 points while her opponent has 300. The chat is telling her she needs to step it up, and honestly it's looking like another guaranteed loss. But then Pillar of the Sea types asking if the streamer does driving, and Kiao immediately offers to be his designated driver for free if he helps her win the championship. And just like that, he drops 3 super rockets at once. Her jaw hits the floor, wondering if 3 of the most expensive gifts just came in. Xiao Yining cannot believe what she's seeing. 3 super rockets hitting her stream at the same time. This girl went from getting 1 yuan to getting showered with the biggest gifts on the platform. The whiplash is real. She's thanking him profusely and offering to perform whatever he wants. And look at that scoreboard, it just flipped to 6,200 versus 300. One donation completely demolished the competition. Huang Ling's face says it all, she did not see this coming. Huang Ling is staring at her screen in disbelief, thinking that a stealth donating big spender just appeared on Xiao's side out of nowhere right before the round ends. The free win she was counting on just evaporated. Now Huang Ling is doing damage control, welcoming Pillar of the Sea and offering him mod status in her stream, calling him family. She's basically trying to poach Jiang Cheng's donations. And the chat is going crazy, asking if Qiao finally got lucky with a big spender. Xiao tries to perform by singing, but the chat immediately starts begging her to stop because 4 out of 5 notes are off key. Someone comments that Big Brother probably got scared off by the singing. The talent portion of this PK is not going well for our girl, but Jiang Cheng is actually finding her clumsy singing kind of endearing. He thinks the awkward cuteness is genuinely entertaining. He types back telling her to just do whatever she wants. This man appreciates authenticity over talent, and that's oddly wholesome. Meanwhile, on the other side, Huang Ling is pulling out the tears, begging her #1 supporter Big Brother Dazhu to help her pass the first round, or she'll be eliminated. The waterworks are flowing and the manipulation game is strong, and it works. Big Brother Dazhu comes through with 2 rounds of super rockets and Huang Ling immediately perks up, thanking him with a cute little peace sign. The tears dried up real quick once the money started flowing. Jiang Cheng sees the counterattack and just thinks, interesting, let me send 3 more then. He's not even stressed about it. This is pocket change entertainment for him. Huang Ling starts panicking, yelling that Pillar of the Sea is catching up to Dazhu's lead. The easy win she thought she had is turning into an actual war. Big Brother Dazhu fires back with 5 more rockets, and Huang Ling is all over it, doing a heart pose and telling her fans to spam chat about how amazing he is. She really knows how to work her #1 supporter. But the chat is commenting that this first round PK is going way harder than expected. Jiang Cheng is grinning at his phone, thinking that Qiao Yining freaking out over 5 rockets is adorable, and that he really loves how inexperienced she is. Now he's wondering how she'll handle what comes next. The chat is already shipping them and calling it acclaiming. Xiao thinks her stream is lagging, and then 20 super rockets slam into her channel all at once. She goes from confused to absolutely losing her mind in half a second. That is 40,000 yuan in a single burst. On the other side, Huang Ling is at her desk completely speechless, trying to ask Big Brother Dazhu if he's going to count her, but she can't even finish her sentence. The silence from her supporters says everything. Xiao Yuning can barely process what just happened. 20 super rockets at once, 40,000 yuan, and the other side doesn't seem like they're going to counter. She's wondering if this means she actually won a round for the first time ever. Huang Ling is completely destroyed. She's congratulating Xiao on having such a generous tycoon and immediately starts trying to recruit Pillar of the Sea to her own stream, offering to dance for him. This woman just lost and she's already pivoting to damage recovery. The hustle never stops. Xiao Yining is practically bowing, saying this is her first time ever receiving 20 super rockets and she has no idea how to thank him. She asks what he wants to see her do right now, and she is looking absolutely devastating in this pose. The Gooners are absolutely feral right now. But here's where our boy pulls a galaxy brain move. He notices that Qiao's beauty filter is actually making her look worse than she does in real life, so he types asking her to turn off the beauty filter. The chat immediately calls him savage, and someone says they're afraid if she does it, the big shot will bail. Xiao is panicking, saying she's afraid she'll scare him. The chat is divided, some calling it punishment, others saying he's just flexing his power. But she's thinking he tipped her so much that if she doesn't comply, things might go south again. The peer pressure is immense. She nervously turns off every beauty filter setting, and the chat goes completely silent for a second before exploding. Because without the filter, she is even more beautiful. The viewers are discovering that this whole time the filter was doing her dirty, and her natural face is genuinely stunning. Qiao can't believe it. Instead of getting roasted, she actually gained a wave of new followers and praise. Viewers are telling her to never use beauty filters again because they're doing her dirty. Our boy just single-handedly improved her entire streaming career with one request. Jiang Cheng is holding up his phone looking at the stream, and Qiao Yining without the filter is absolutely radiant. The chat is flooding with love confessions and roses, and her viewer count is climbing. 94-point beauty score on full display for the entire internet to see. And just like that, the second round PK connection begins. Qiao's chibi avatar is smiling confidently on one side. Her new opponent is sweet little Tian, a blonde girl in a pink school uniform doing a cutesy pose with a lollipop. She's using a high-pitched voice to compliment Qiao's #1 big brother for those 20 super rockets, saying she's genuinely envious. And little Tian is wasting no time trying to poach. She introduces herself directly to Pillar of the Sea, inviting him to visit her stream whenever he's free, promising singing, dancing, and guaranteed satisfaction. The recruitment pitch is aggressive. The two streamers are side by side, and the visual contrast is striking. Qiao Yining looking effortlessly gorgeous with her filter off, while little Tian is bringing the cutesy schoolgirl energy. It's a battle of aesthetics and both sides have their weapons. Little Tian calls for her own big brother Yishi Hua, and he shows up with 5 planes while hearts are flooding her screen. The donations are rolling in on her side and the PK is heating up fast. Jiang Cheng scoffs, thinking this opponent's supporter is way cheaper than the last round. He casually tosses 5 rockets and wonders if the other guy will even bother countering. The price difference between these two big brothers is comical. Qiao Yinyin is making a heart shape with her arms and thanking Pillar of the Sea for the rockets. The chat is calling him the GOAT, and she's glowing with a confidence we've never seen from her before. Winning changes a person. Little Tian is desperately calling for big brother Yi Hua to counter, but there's no response. She's looking at her phone setup with growing panic. The big brother has gone silent, and without backup she's completely outgunned. And from there it's an absolute massacre. Round after round, opponent after opponent, they all get demolished. Our boy's wallet is an unstoppable weapon, and every streamer who faces Qiao Yinyin gets sent home with a KO stamp. But now things get serious. The final round opponent introduces herself as Dai Xiaomei, and she is looking absolutely incredible in that black cutout top. She asks Qiao if they should start directly or show off their talents first. This one has star-level confidence. Qiao Yinyin realizes she's been matched against Dai Xiaomei, one of the platform's 3 pillar streamers. That's like matching a bronze player against a grandmaster. She's panicking, thinking they way overestimated her. Qiao honestly tells Dai Xiaomei she can't sing or dance and has no talents, asking if they should just start the battle directly. Dai Xiaomei graciously says she'll dance for her supporters first while Qiao's side watches. The power gap in skill is enormous. But here's the thing, Dai Xiaomei's company did their research. They know Qiao suddenly got a wild big brother throwing 80,000 yuan at a nobody streamer. And she's thinking she likes big brothers like that. She starts performing a dance that is genuinely captivating. 2 minutes later, the hot dance ends and Dai Xiaomei blows a kiss at the camera. And credit where credit is due, this woman has actual talent on top of the looks. She's the full package and she knows it. And our boy, being the absolute menace he is, types that Dai Xiaomei danced very well and it made him want to switch sides. The chat immediately piles on, saying Qiao can't do anything except show her face and that getting to the finals was pure luck. This man is stirring the pot on purpose. Qiao Yinyin looks like she's about to cry, asking if big brother Pillar of the Sea is really abandoning her. She says they're just one step away from reaching King Tier together. The desperation in those big blue eyes is genuinely heartbreaking. And then Jiang Cheng drops the most unhinged message of the entire stream. He tells her to look at how Dai Xiaomei speaks compared to her, and then says if she's talking about reaching King Tier together as in a threesome, both Qiao Yinyin and Dai Xiaomei are on screen together, and the chaos of that message is hitting them both in real time. And Qiao Yinyin's brain completely short-circuits as she stammers out, "A threesome?" The chibi version of her at the bottom perfectly captures the absolute nuclear meltdown happening inside her head. This man just broke 2 streamers with a single chat message, and I will see you in the next episode. Qiao Yinyin snaps herself out of it, thinking this is no time for wild thoughts. If she wants to win, the only option is to rely on big brother Pillar of the Sea. The chat is going wild, saying what a show this has been. She goes full desperation mode, begging her sponsor to save the last round and promising she'll sign up for dance classes right after the show. But the chat is dropping a friendly reminder that Dai Xiaomei's side has 3 level 100 big brothers on the list. The odds are not looking great. And that's when Dai Xiaomei's 3 super emperors open fire simultaneously. 3 rockets each, 9 total, just raining down on the stream like it's nothing. Even Qiao is frozen staring at the screen as one of the supporters joins with 2 more rockets for good measure. Dai Xiaomei initially calls it a mockery, but then suddenly gets an idea. She thanks Brother Badian for the 2 super hot posts and sarcastically says that without his medical expense donations, she simply could not continue broadcasting. This woman just turned a flex into a backhanded insult. Meanwhile, Jiang Cheng is staring at his phone, watching the chat explode with question marks. Everyone is losing their minds because Qiao Mei just had the audacity to mock a super emperor on live television. The chat is saying they didn't expect her to be so powerful when she gets sarcastic. But our boy is doing the math in his head. The system topped up 3 million, he's got 2 million left, and if that's not enough, he still has hundreds of millions in his bank account. The way he's calculating this like a general planning a siege is genuinely terrifying. Qiao thinks her stream is lagging again, but no, it's not a lag. It's Dinghai Shenzhen firing 20 more super hot rounds all at once. The exact same move he pulled last episode, and it hits just as hard the second time. And Qiao Yinyin is absolutely fired up, clenching her fist like she just won the championship already. The sparkles, the energy, the pure adrenaline on this girl's face right now is something else entirely. On the other side of the screen, Dai Xiaomei is watching 5 more rockets slam into her opponent's channel, and the look on her face says everything. She's seeing her lead evaporate in real time. But Dai Xiaomei is a professional. She recovers instantly, does a heart pose, and starts calling Dinghai Shenzhen her daddy, thanking him for the medical expenses. This woman is trying to poach our boy's wallet in the middle of a war. The audacity is actually impressive, and the scoreboard tells the whole story. Xiao is sitting at 1.7 million while Dai Xiaomei's side is stuck at 575,000. The chat is calling this a fight between gods where mortals just eat meat. Dai Xiaomei's 3 emperors already spent 900,000 and it wasn't even close. Dai Xiaomei lets out a breath and asks the question everyone already knows the answer to. This should be a win, right? And honestly, yes. But then she notices something that makes her blood run cold. The rockets on her side have stopped, but Qiao's team hasn't stopped at all. The donations are still coming in and her supporters have gone silent. Xiao Yining can barely form words right now. 1.5 million? On her live stream, she's stammering that in her entire lifetime she never expected to see numbers like this. Dai Xiaomei is not going down without a fight though. She's on camera asking why they stopped, demanding more, telling them to come on and keep going. But the desperation in her voice is starting to show. And then the final blow. One of her big brothers types in chat telling Dai Xiaomei to forget it today and try again next time. That is the sound of surrender. Her own supporter just told her it's over, and the look on her face is pure disbelief. Jiang Cheng fires off a couple more rockets as a victory lap, and the viewer count is exploding past 50,000. He types that it seems like they've won, and that these last 2 shots are a declaration of victory. Just casually ending a war with pocket change. And just like that, Qiao Yining has defeated Dai Xiaomei and become the Guild War champion. Her stream skyrocketed in popularity, gaining over 50,000 new followers. The broadcast received 2.5 million in tips, and according to her contract she gets 700,000. From 0 wins to champion in one night. She's so overwhelmed she can barely keep herself together, bowing to the camera because she literally has no other way to express what she's feeling right now. Qiao Yining looks straight at the camera and asks Dinghai Shenzhen if she can add him on WeChat. She promises that whatever he likes in the future, she'll immediately learn it and guarantee his satisfaction. And she is looking absolutely devastating while saying this. She offers to be his designated driver from now on, and Jiang Cheng types back saying no need, just passing by. But then adds that if she really wants to drive him to Eminiangyun, that would be fine since he'll be there for the next 2 days. Casual name drop of one of the most expensive resorts in Shanghai. And then the chat makes the connection. Someone recognizes that Dinghai Shenzhen is the same guy from the car show at noon. The big brother who's been raining millions on Chao's stream is actually a real-life rich second generation that people have already seen in person. The chat puts it all together. Someone says the big guy is the Ferrari owner from earlier that day, and another viewer drops a comment saying no wonder the world seems filled with rich people. Xiao is just sitting there processing this information in real time. She's confused about why he declined, but then realizes she can at least add him on WeChat. Her friendship value is already at 85, and she grabs her spare phone to send that friend request before he changes his mind. Xiao's message comes through on WeChat introducing herself, and Jiang Cheng checks her friendship value. It's just 5 points short of the threshold he needs, so he decides to pass on accepting for now. Strategic patience from a man who could buy the entire streaming platform. But then the system notification pops up and it is absolutely insane. Because the streamer's satisfaction reached SSS level, the system awarded a 1,000 times supercritical hit cashback totaling 2.3 billion yuan. And our boy immediately hits yes to withdraw it. Jiang Cheng is sitting there looking like the smedgest man alive, thinking he had a blast online, experienced the joy of throwing money around, and got 2 billion back. He literally thinks money is so easy to make. This man spent millions and profited billions. Next day, our boy is passed out in bed looking like a fitness magazine cover, and Qiao Yining has already sent a message asking if he needs a designated driver today, saying she's available 24 hours a day. The dedication is unreal. He rolls over still half asleep and checks the message, thinking this little girl is already up this early. The man made 2 billion last night and still can't be bothered to set an alarm. Meanwhile, Qiao Yining is on her bed, hugging a pillow, confessing she couldn't sleep at all after finding out he was Dinghai Shenzhen. She's been up all night waiting for him to reply. Those big green eyes and that hopeful expression are genuinely heartwarming. Jiang Cheng finally gets up, and while standing in the bathroom with just a towel, he texts back that he actually does need a designated driver tonight. He has plans with Wang Zheng to go to TXX, the biggest club in Shanghai. And the second that notification hits, Qiao Yining practically screams. Big brother replied. The pure joy on this girl's face over a text message is the most adorable thing we've seen all episode. She curls up in bed thinking she needs to catch up on sleep so she can be in the best condition to serve Big Brother tonight. And yes, she phrased it exactly like that. But then she immediately realizes she can't sleep because she's too excited about serving her elder brother. The chibi version of herself has to literally scold her into going to bed. This girl is down catastrophic and doesn't even know it yet. Fast forward to the evening, and Qiao Yining shows up early, looking cute in a casual gray top and shorts. Jiang Cheng asks why she didn't wait like he said. and she tells him after everything he did last night, there's no way she'd let him drive alone. Xiao excitedly explains that Tax X is the largest and most lively bar in Shanghai where celebrities and internet personalities all hang out. Jiang Cheng just tells her she knows a lot and to take him there, and they hop into his sports car like it's nothing. They arrive at the bar district, and immediately our boy is turning heads. Random women on the street are whispering about who this guy is, saying his outfit is handsome and that watch on his hand definitely doesn't look cheap. And then the welcoming committee arrives. A bunny girl with glasses, a girl in a police uniform, and several others immediately swarm him like moths to a flame. Someone comments that all his clothes are branded. He must be a rich second generation. The Gooners are eating well tonight because these character designs are absolutely unhinged. They're all competing to get his attention. The police uniform girl wants to add his WeChat, saying she's always available, while the glasses girl is offering to take him inside and show him around. The recruitment pitches are coming in hot from every direction. And then of course one of them pulls the classic move where she conveniently stumbles right into him, apologizing and thanking him for catching her. The oldest trick in the book, and these girls are running it on a professional level. The bunny girl is pressing right up against him, and our boy just comments that everyone's already so energetic before he's even entered the bar. The absolute nonchalance of this man while surrounded by beautiful women is peak main character energy. Two more women show up asking if they can please let Big Brother into the store first, saying they want to go to the booth together so they can all play. At this point, it's less of a welcoming and more of a feeding frenzy. And there in the background, standing alone next to the car, is Qiao Yining watching this entire scene unfold. The man she stayed up all night thinking about is being swarmed by a dozen gorgeous women, and all she can manage is a quiet expression of disbelief. But our girl is not about to just stand there. She charges through the crowd yelling at everyone to get out of the way, grabbing onto another girl who's trying to pull Jiang Cheng toward the booth inside. The territorial instincts just kicked in hard, and then she stops and asks herself why she has this stuffy, sour feeling in her heart. It's been building for a while now and she can't quite place what it is. Spoiler alert, Qiao, that's called jealousy and you are absolutely drowning in it. She's getting jostled through the crowd when suddenly someone grabs her hand. Make way, everyone make way. And there's only one person who would be pulling her forward like that. Jiang Cheng pulls Qiao Yining to his side and walks right through the crowd. The girls immediately back off, saying he already has a lover and asking why he didn't say so earlier. And just like that, the army of beautiful women disperses. The girls call a retreat, telling each other to move on and wait for the next target. One of them mutters boring as they walk away. The efficiency of this whole operation is both terrifying and impressive. Once they're clear, Jiang Cheng looks down at her with a smirk and asks, "Really, I have a lover?" The way he's holding her right now is doing things to both Qiao's brain chemistry and mine. Qiao stammers out that she just saw he couldn't refuse all those girls, so she helped him out and not to think too much about it. But the way she's blushing and looking up at him from this close tells a very different story. She thanks him and tells him there's no need to do that next time because she thinks it's fine for those girls to approach him. And then lets out a little snort. The Sundar energy radiating off this girl right now could power a small city. That's when Wang Zheng rolls up looking sharp in a red shirt, and Jiang Cheng comments that this place is pretty good and everyone is very enthusiastic, which is the understatement of the century. Wang Zheng laughs and says he wasn't this popular when he first came here either, pointing out that the girls all ignore him now. Then he notices Qiao and asks who this beautiful young lady is. His friend is introduced as coal tycoon Chen Hao. Jiang Cheng casually explains she's his designated driver and that she'll drive later so they can all have fun. Wang Zheng says everything's been arranged inside and the three of them will have a great time tonight. Zhao just got relegated to chauffeur status in front of everyone, and Qiao is just standing there completely speechless. The girl who was just held in his arms moments ago just heard herself described as the designated driver. That stung, and you can see it all over her face. They head inside and Tax X is absolutely living up to the hype. DJ spinning, dancers in full costume on stage, lights everywhere. The bunny girl from earlier is performing and the whole place is electric. The word spreads fast through the club. Everyone starts calling him Jiang Shao, which is basically young Master Jiang. Our boy hasn't been here 10 minutes and he's already got a title. A whole squad of gorgeous women lines up to greet him with a coordinated "Hello, Mr. Jiang." We're talking 4 different beauties, each one absolutely stunning in their own way. This is what a VIP welcome looks like at Shanghai's hottest club. Wang Zheng waves and says this is all arranged perfectly. The man literally curated a night out like it's a 5-star dining experience, and judging by the company, this booth is about to be the most expensive table in the building. Wang Zheng orders 2 sets of big dragons from manager Li, and she promises to prepare snacks, fruit, and ice beer right away. For those keeping score at home, big dragons are those over-the-top bottle service presentations that basically announce to the entire club that money is not an issue. Qiao Yining is absolutely starstruck, saying she's never seen a big dragon in real life before, only in videos. This girl went from barely affording rent to sitting in the VIP section of Shanghai's biggest club in about 24 hours. Jiang Cheng teases Wang Zheng, saying 2 sets of big dragons are only 200,000 yuan, Nothing compared to the yellow croaker they caught last night. Wang Zheng's face as he gets casually one-upped in front of everyone is priceless. So Wang Zheng decides to flex on everyone else by announcing that yesterday young Master Zhang treated him to yellow croaker and the meal cost 3 million yuan. He's essentially using Zhang Cheng's wealth as his own status symbol. The name dropping is real, and the girls at the table absolutely lose it. 3 million on a single meal, their jaws hit the floor simultaneously. You can practically see the dollar signs appearing in their eyes as they process the caliber of wealth sitting at this booth. The bottle service arrives in style, with bunny-eared waitresses carrying premium wine to the table. Everything about this place screams excess, and the night is just getting started. The wine starts flowing, glasses getting filled one after another, and the atmosphere in the VIP booth shifts into full party mode. This is the lifestyle that 2 billion in your bank account gets you. And then one of the girls introduces herself as Zhao Qing, raising her glass to toast Jiang Cheng. But our boy's system pulls up her stats instantly. Appearance 85, body 98, privacy 5, friendliness 70. That body score of 98 is absolutely insane, and his system is basically screaming at him to pay attention. Jiang Cheng is genuinely taken aback. Her appearance score after makeup is only 85, and her privacy score is basically nothing for a nightclub regular. But that figure score of 98 is a rare and excellent find. Our boy is running analytics on women at a nightclub, and honestly, the system makes it too easy. The glasses clink and Jiang Cheng drinks with Xiao Qing. But in the background, Xiao Yining is sitting alone watching this whole interaction. And that sour, blocked feeling from before is back with a vengeance. She is quietly spiraling. Her inner monologue kicks into overdrive. He's her top supporter, he spent so much money on her. He hugged her like that just moments ago. And now he's with another woman. What does he even mean by all this? The jealousy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. So Kiao makes her move, sliding in to toast Big Brother with a drink of her own. Now he's sandwiched between Qiao Yining on one side and Xiao Qing on the other. This man is living every viewer's fantasy, and he hasn't even finished his first glass. But here's where our boy shows a surprisingly sweet side. He asks Qiao what kind of wine she drinks, then hands her a milk carton instead, telling her to try this to replenish her energy. He won't even let her drink alcohol. Whether that's protective or patronizing, Qiao doesn't seem to mind one bit. And then we get his real thoughts. Although Xiao Qing's body stats are incredible, his main mission tonight is still Qiao Yining, so Xiao Qing can be let go for now. This man is literally min-maxing his social relationships like it's a dating sim. Xiao Qing reads the room perfectly, saying she'll go dance first and come back to toast him later. And let me tell you, the view as she walks away is absolutely criminal. That 98 body score was not an exaggeration in any way, shape, or form. With Xiao Qing gone, Qiao starts psyching herself up. She remembers the chat always saying girls should be reserved. Okay then, she'll be reserved. She's gonna play this cool even if it kills her. But Jiang Cheng is reading her reservation completely wrong. He's thinking after he spent over 2 million on her, she's still acting distant. If she didn't want to be here, why did she come tonight? Is she treating him like one of those backup guys, a bootlicker? The misunderstanding between these two is genuinely painful to watch. Qiao looks up at him speechless as he stands there with an unreadable expression. The tension between them right now is thick enough to choke on, and neither one is saying what they actually feel. Classic miscommunication arc in full effect. And right at the worst possible moment, Xiao Qing comes back from the dance floor looking absolutely devastating. She's been pole dancing, and now she's asking Mr. Jiang how her performance was. This woman is making her play, and her timing could not be worse for Qiao. Then another girl in a tight red dress jumps in asking what about her. And this one is built like a whole Renaissance painting, proportions that are genuinely arguing with physics. The competition for Jiang Cheng's attention tonight is absolutely relentless. Jiang Cheng tells her that dancing was very exciting and that his brothers all applaud her. She flirtatiously says she hasn't met his brothers yet, and the way she's looking at him right now is leaving absolutely nothing to the imagination. And the episode ends with Jiang Cheng and this girl in what can only be described as an extremely intimate pose, arms around each other under the club lights. Somewhere behind them, Qiao Yining is watching this happen in real time, and her heart is not surviving this night. I will see you in the next episode. The red dress girl is clinging onto Jiang Cheng like her life depends on it, and he casually offers to introduce her to someone later. She is losing her mind with excitement. And Xiao Qing is not about to be left out, telling him he can't play favorites because she really wants to meet his brother too. The competition for this man's attention is absolutely relentless. Now both girls are flanking him, asking what he does for fun. And one of them says she prefers staying home, lying in bed, and watching movies. And she asks him if he likes that too. Where there are women, there is war, and this battlefield is getting heated. And our boy, without missing a beat, says they should all watch it together because the more people, the better. This man just casually invited both of them to a movie night, and neither girl sees a problem with it. The whole group raises their glasses to toast Jiang Cheng's sense of humor, which they say is on another level entirely. Even the bunny girl from earlier is standing in the background looking impressed. Wang Zheng tells Jiang Cheng it's time to head out. And Xiao Miaoyin tries to say something but completely fails to get the words out. Interruption failure detected. More women are lining up to toast young Master Jiang. And down below, Xiao Qing is sipping her wine looking absolutely devastating. This man cannot take a single step without someone trying to get his attention. Qiao Miaoyan insists she's not a casual person and that she stopped talking to people after saying so. Meanwhile, the view from behind these two is, respectfully, making it very hard to focus on the dialogue. But then she follows it up with, if you actually bring it up, she'll consider it. And Qiao Miaoyan's face right now is the definition of mixed signals receiving in real time. And then she admits she came here tonight mentally prepared, knowing she had to do something, but she's never done it before and doesn't know how to say it or do it. She's asking for more time, and honestly, this girl is spiraling. And here's where Jiang Cheng reveals his true strategy. Her score has reached 90 points, which means his plan is working perfectly. For the next 2 hours, he deliberately drank and joked with the other two women while ignoring Qiao Yinyin completely. And just like that, the party wraps up. Everyone's saying their goodbyes, promising to drink another time, and Jiang Cheng is walking out of TXX with two gorgeous women on either side of him. Peak main character exit. A driver pulls up calling out for his master, and Jiang Cheng walks both girls toward the waiting taxi. The late-night Shanghai skyline is glittering behind them. But then Qiao Yinyin catches sight of the blonde girl getting a little too comfortable near Jiang Cheng in the car, and the look of absolute shock on her face right now is priceless. And then the blonde girl gets her hands smacked away from the car window. Someone is not happy about this arrangement at all. Jiang Cheng calmly tells the driver to take his two younger sisters home safely and to keep the change. The driver promises nothing will happen. Our boy just referred to two women who were fighting over him all night as his younger sisters. And the taxi drives off into the Shanghai night, taking Xiaoqing and the red dress girl away. Jiang Cheng just watches it disappear down the street like he didn't just casually dismiss two gorgeous women. Xiaoqing is furious, yelling, "What the hell are you doing?" while the blonde girl is literally leaning out of the moving taxi calling out for young Master Jiang. These two do not want to leave. Jiang Cheng turns to Qiao Miaoyan and asks what she's waiting for, calling her the designated driver. She immediately scrambles into his sports car. This girl was waiting for exactly this moment. Fast forward half an hour, and Jiang Cheng finds Qiao Miaoyan standing inside his room at the resort. He asks what she's doing in here, still calling her the designated driver. This girl drove him home and then just let herself in. She says it's so late that taking a taxi isn't safe and asks if she can stay for the night. And the way she's standing there looking up at him right now is absolutely not the body language of someone concerned about taxi safety. But Jiang Cheng immediately calls her out, asking, "Didn't you say you weren't that kind of promiscuous woman?" And while he says this, he's already on his phone transferring taxi fare to her account. The disrespect is surgical. She's completely flustered, stuttering that she was just saying that. But he cuts her off and tells her she should take a taxi home herself. This man is playing so hard to get it should be considered a war crime. But she flat out refuses, saying she's not going back. And Jiang Cheng, without batting an eye, tells her that's fine, there are plenty of rooms here, just pick one. He's so close to her face right now but still won't give in. And then our boy starts casually unbuttoning his shirt like he's in a cologne commercial. The nonchalance of this man is genuinely terrifying because he knows exactly what he's doing. She sees his massive bed and asks if they can sleep together since it's so big. And he hits her with the coldest line possible, saying he's not used to sleeping with strangers. She literally confessed her mental preparedness an hour ago, and he's calling her a stranger. But here's the thing, his inner monologue reveals this is all going exactly according to plan. He's wondering if she's genuinely clueless or pretending, and why she didn't just sit down on the bed herself. Our boy is running a psychological operation on this poor girl, and you can see it on his face. That smirk right there is the look of a man who has complete control of this situation. Meanwhile, she's sitting behind him looking absolutely lost, and that's when she breaks. Qiao Miaoyan is sitting on the floor, face in her hands, absolutely crying her eyes out. This girl put herself out there and got rejected, and she cannot handle it. He asks why she's crying, and she lets it all out. "Do you really hate me? Why do you hate me? We were fine at first, you even hugged me, but now you won't even sleep with me. The waterworks are at maximum capacity right now." And now she's literally on her knees, clinging onto him while he stands there looking down at her. The view from this angle is, well, the Gooners are eating well tonight, but also this girl is genuinely heartbroken. And our boy finally relents. He sits down next to her and says, "Never mind, come here, just don't cry yet." The way he's holding her shoulder right now is the first genuine tenderness he's shown all night. And then they kiss. After all that push and pull, after all the mind games and the tears, Jiang Cheng finally closes the distance. The Gooners are in absolute shambles right now, and this close-up right here is doing things to the audience that are frankly not appropriate for daytime viewing. The artist drew this with intention and we all know it. She confesses everything. She tells him she really likes him and that the moment she realized he was her pillar of strength, her heart was already his. And in the background, Jiang Cheng's heart monitor is going crazy. This girl went all in. He's looking at her with an expression that's impossible to read, while tears are still streaming down her face. The tension between them right now could power all of Shanghai. She whispers it one more time, "I like you, Jiang Cheng, really." And he wraps his arms around her, pulling her close. After all the calculated moves and strategic ignoring, even our boy couldn't resist this. He finally tells her he won't kick her out anymore and that she can sleep here tonight. She's holding on to him like she's never letting go, and honestly, after all that emotional torture, she's earned it. And Xiao Miaoyan is now lying on his bed, flushed red, looking up at the ceiling like she can't believe this is actually happening. The Gooners are reaching critical mass, and I cannot blame them one bit. The next day at 9:30 in the morning, we cut to a completely different scene. A red-haired woman walks into an office, saying, "Excuse me," to Manager Yu. And let me tell you, this woman is absolutely stunning. Manager Yu looks up from her desk and tells Su-Wan to sit down, asking what she needs. And we're finally getting a proper look at Yu Xiaoxiao, who is giving serious boss woman energy in all black. Su-Wan gets straight to the point, asking if Manager Yu knows Jiang Cheng. Yu confirms they met during a business trip. And just like that, Jiang Cheng's name is coming up in corporate offices across Shanghai. Su-Wan asks if Jiang Cheng told Yu about signing her, and Yu confirms that she's already making preparations. Once the company handover is complete, she'll handle it immediately. Things are moving fast behind the scenes, and that's when Su-Wan puts it together and asks the big question. Are you resigning? The look on her face is pure disbelief because she's starting to understand the scale of what's happening. Yu confirms it without hesitation. She's leaving to join Jiang Cheng's company, and Su-Wan will be the very first artist signed under it. Manager Yu is betting her entire career on this man. Su-Wan is skeptical, saying Yu worked so hard to get to this position and Jiang Cheng's company is brand new. But Yu says she has 100% faith in him, that he's trustworthy and reliable, and at the new company they'll all be sisters. The loyalty this man inspires is genuinely impressive. Su-Wan is left standing there wondering why Manager Yu trusts Jiang Cheng this much. And honestly, that's a fair question because from the outside this looks insane, but we know something Su-Wan doesn't. But then a staff member bursts in saying the front desk called because someone has brought Manager Yu a surprise. It's downstairs waiting for her to sign for it. And this is about to get very interesting. Yu immediately tries to refuse, saying she doesn't want any flowers or necklaces, but the staff member nervously explains that it's not jewelry, it's a car, and it's already been paid for in full. Yu's face when she processes this information is absolutely priceless. And you can tell even the staff member can't believe what he's reporting right now. This poor guy is sweating just delivering the message because he knows how insane it sounds. Su-Wan immediately loses it, saying someone actually delivered a car and that's amazing. Even Yu is stunned, repeating, "A car?" And Su-Wan is already dragging them both downstairs to go see it. They walk outside and are immediately greeted with confetti poppers going off everywhere. This is not just a car delivery, this is a full production. Whoever arranged this went absolutely all out. A saleswoman in a sharp gray suit gestures toward a massive shape covered in black cloth and asks Miss Yu to please unveil it. The anticipation right now is killing everyone. And when the cover comes off, it reveals a pink Lamborghini gleaming in the sunlight. We're talking a custom-colored supercar worth millions, just sitting there wrapped up like a birthday present. Su-Wan is screaming that Sister Yu is so lucky, saying she's genuinely jealous, and Yu can barely form words, just repeating that it's a pink Lamborghini. The absolute flex of gifting someone a custom Lamborghini as a surprise is next level. And of course, the office gossip mill is already spinning. The co-workers are whispering that Manager Yu broke up with her fiancé, that her new boyfriend is incredible, and that the Lamborghini is worth 10 million yuan. One of them flat out says she wishes she had a boyfriend like that. The saleswoman hands over the car keys to Manager Yu, and this is the moment it becomes real. She's standing there holding the keys to a 10 million yuan pink Lamborghini that just appeared out of nowhere. Yu asks who sent it, and the saleswoman reveals it's Mr. Jiang Cheng. He said he hopes she'll like it, and you can see the exact moment this information registers on Yu's face because her whole expression transforms. Yu is standing there overwhelmed with hearts literally floating around her, saying no man has ever treated her like this before. And the system confirms it. Friendliness +1, now at 99. This man just maxed out a woman's affection meter with a single car. And back at the resort, the system pings Jiang Cheng with the news. Yu Xiaoxiao's friendliness has hit 99, unlocking the inseparable through life and death achievement. A special reward gift pack is ready. Our boy says yes, open it. The rewards are absolutely insane. First, a consumption cashback card with up to 5 million and a 1 to 100 times multiplier. And second, an offspring devouring card that calculates cashback based on appearance score and satisfaction level. The system really just went there. And here's the kicker. The reward card has no limit on the number of participants. Solo queue, duo queue, or even a 5-player pre-made team. Our boy is literally wondering if that means the rewards would double. The absolute audacity of this system is unmatched. But our boy isn't just going to rush into it. He's sitting there with his hand on his chin, calculating his next move like a chess grandmaster. Even with all these rewards, he's playing this smart. He reasons that satisfaction matters, so he can't just be reckless with the card. But then another system notification drops. He's unlocked the ability to start an investment company with a minimum of 10 million, and the system will even assign a top-tier investor and general manager to guarantee profits. Having money isn't enough. You need to know how to invest it. Something clicks in his head. The minimum is 10 million with a guaranteed 10% annual return, which means naturally, the more you invest, the greater the return. He's standing there in his bathrobe, holding up the system panel like he just discovered the cheat code to wealth. and without a moment of hesitation, he decides to go absolutely nuclear. 500 million yuan to start an investment company. This man doesn't do anything small. He names it Star Investment Company based in Shanghai with a full 500 million investment. And his stat sheet shows level 10, system reserve at 786,000, appearance 92. Our boy's empire is officially expanding beyond entertainment. And that's when Qiao Miaoyan walks in wrapped in nothing but a towel, asking if she woke him up. The system immediately pipes up suggesting he try the new devouring card on her since her beauty score is above 90. Even the system is being a wingman right now. And things escalate very quickly from there. He's holding her while simultaneously checking the system panel. This man is multitasking between romance and financial optimization. And honestly, I respect the grind. He decides to hold off on the card for now, saying there's no need to rush and they can figure out the rules next time. But then she suggests they clear their minds with some morning exercise. And yes, that means exactly what you think it means. 1 hour later and they're having breakfast together like a proper couple. She asks him to please stop tipping on her live streams, and he immediately asks if she's trying to send him to visit that silly girl instead. The dynamic between these two is comedy gold. She clarifies that it's not about jealousy. The platform takes a 70% cut of all tips, which means his 2 million plus in donations mostly went to the company, not to her. She's actually looking out for his wallet right now, and whatever he says next makes her do a full spit take with her drink. The liquid is literally flying out of her mouth right now, which is both hilarious and kind of gross. She's genuinely distressed now, yelling that he spent 2.5 million yuan just watching a live stream and tipping. She says it hurts her heart to see him spend money so extravagantly. This girl is getting genuinely upset about how rich her boyfriend is. And that's when we get a reaction from someone new. A gorgeous woman in a business suit is wondering if this is what rich people are really like, spending over 2 million on virtual gifts. She calls it outrageous, and the proportions on this woman are absolutely arguing with physics. Jiang Cheng casually says, "Don't overthink it, it's just a small amount of money. 2.5 million, a small amount." And then Qiao Miaoyan nervously asks if she can still do live streams, saying she'll stop if he minds her identity as a female streamer. And then he reaches over and places his hand on hers right there at the table. This small, quiet gesture right here says more than any Lamborghini ever could. He tells her to go ahead and stream if she wants. She's not some disreputable female streamer, and he trusts her. That smile right there is the most genuine expression we've seen from Jiang Cheng in a while. And she lights up immediately, saying she'll start doing live streams focused on food and unusual things. The happiness radiating off this girl right now is genuinely wholesome after all the chaos of last night. He tells her to do whatever she wants and that he won't interfere with the small stuff. But if any big streamer dares to bully her again, she has to tell him. Then he casually asks manager Wang about his room fee being due soon. The manager confirms his stay is until tomorrow morning, and Jiang Cheng casually asks to extend it for another 2 months. He's already flashing his card like it's nothing. Renewing every few days is apparently too much hassle for this man. Manager Wang is visibly surprised. She reminds him that he said he was just visiting the school and about to return to Chengdu. If he's not staying long term, is it really necessary to extend? And she's absolutely right to ask, because this resort is not cheap. Qiao Miaoyan jumps in helpfully, saying she'll book the room for him whenever he needs it. But then she points out the room rate is 80,000 yuan per day, not 80. She's making sure this man understands the math he's about to commit to. Jiang Cheng tells manager Wang she can't just do that, because if he were her boss, he'd definitely be unhappy about it. Even when people are trying to save him money, our boy insists on spending it properly. Manager Wang gently pushes back, saying that although she has no right to question his spending habits, 4.8 million yuan in room fees for 2 months when he won't even be there every day feels like a waste. This woman is genuinely worried about a billionaire's budget. And Qiao Miaoyan is sitting there eating a strawberry, quietly wondering to herself why this hotel manager is being so considerate of Jiang Cheng. Her jealousy radar is pinging and she hasn't even realized it yet. But our boy notices it too. He thinks manager Wang seems to care about him a lot, so he pulls up her profile screen. Wang Yuyan, age 24, appearance 90, body 94, privacy 0, and friendliness already at 80. Those are insane numbers for someone he barely knows. And Jiang Cheng is genuinely shocked. Appearance 90, privacy 0, but her friendliness toward him is already at 80. He hasn't done anything to earn that, and yet this gorgeous hotel manager is already nearly in his orbit. Something tells me this is far from over. I will see you in the next episode. And we're picking up right where we left off, because manager Wang is standing there wondering if she was too obvious. She's thinking his gaze felt strange, like maybe she revealed too much of herself just now. And now she's having a full-blown fantasy about Jiang Cheng being all romantic and intimate with her. The brain chemistry on this woman is absolutely compromised right now. She's imagining him with his other women, and despite knowing he already has 2 female confidantes, the more she learns about him, the more she's drawn in. This girl is speedrunning down bad. She tells her colleagues she can handle things here, and the narration straight up confirms it. The more these women do for Jiang Cheng, the more willing they become to keep doing even more. The man has accidentally created a loyalty loop, and the gooners are absolutely eating well right now because this angle is giving us a very generous look at Wang Yuyan as she gets comfortable. The proportions on this woman continue to argue with physics. And here's where it gets real. She's actually sitting there wondering if Jiang Cheng had made any demands back then. Would she have gone along with it? This woman is genuinely questioning her own boundaries for this man. Meanwhile, our boy has noticed everything. He's thinking he never expected that while he treated manager Wang like a housekeeper, she actually had other thoughts about him. He finds it quite interesting, but with Qiao Yanin around, it's not the right time. He casually tells manager Wang to just extend the reservation. His schedule is unpredictable, and he doesn't like the hassle of rebooking. Chao Miaoyan is sitting right there eating ice cream while he drops another multi-million yuan decision like it's nothing. And Wang Yuyan turns to leave with this satisfied little smile on her face. And let me tell you, the view from this angle is absolutely certified goon material, built like a whole Renaissance painting in that business suit. Her colleague bumps into her and asks what's wrong, why she looks so worried, and whether the guest is difficult to serve. Wang Yuyan puts on a casual face and says no, the guests are actually very easy to please. The colleague is jealous, saying everyone envies Wang Yuyan's position. Her own guest just checked out, and she's probably going to be at the bottom of the rankings this month. The hospitality industry gossip mill is spinning. The colleague says she'd love to find business, but where is she gonna find it? She asks if Wang Yuyan really thinks everyone can land big client orders that last a whole week. Wang Yuyan gives her a warm smile and tells her not to be discouraged. The first 10 days of the month aren't even over yet, and who knows, she might get a big order tomorrow. Supportive queen behavior right here. The colleague says Wang Yuyan's guest room bill is due today, so she can finally rest after a busy week. She suggests they go back to the dorm together and get a good night's sleep. But the look on Wang Yuyan's face says she knows something this girl doesn't. And that's when Wang Yuyan casually drops the bomb. Her customer wants to extend their stay for 2 whole months. The colleague's jaw absolutely hits the floor right now. The colleague is completely losing it. 2 months at 80,000 yuan per day is basically a mountain of money. And Wang Yuyan just casually secured it like it was nothing. And this girl immediately does the math. That's a commission of 240,000 yuan for Wang Yuyan. She asks why on earth she would apply for a discount for someone who has too much money to burn. But Wang Yuyan explains that he said he was going back in a few days and wouldn't be staying forever. So she felt bad not giving him a discount. This woman literally sacrificed her own commission because she cares about this man's wallet. The colleague immediately gets nosy, calling her sister and offering to take over serving her guest. Then she starts asking if the guest is handsome and has a good physique. This girl is fishing hard right now. And the moment she asks, Wang Yuyan starts blushing while imagining a shirtless Jiang Cheng. The colleague immediately calls it out, yelling that she's blushing and asking if the guest is both handsome and rich. The answer, for the record, is absolutely yes. The colleague whispers that she'll serve him and Wang Yuyan can keep all the commission. But Wang Yuyan shuts it down, saying he throws around millions like water and could easily find any woman he wants. She tells her not to get her hopes up. But then the colleague clings on to her and says everyone needs to have dreams, right? Just in case, right? The audacity and the optimism of this woman are truly unmatched. Wang Yuyan cuts the conversation short, saying she needs to go see the general manager right now. The colleague is left standing there speechless, probably already planning her next move on a guest she hasn't even seen yet. The general manager immediately freaks out when he hears the news. Renewing for 2 months means this is a whale client, and he orders them to swipe the card first, while he personally goes to get CEO Wang. A customer like this deserves a personal thank you from the top. 10 minutes later, our boy is lying on the couch checking his bank statement. The daily rate is 80,000 in 2 months, should be 4.8 million, but only 3.8 million was deducted. Something doesn't add up. And then the system notification drops. The cashback card activated with a 100 times multiplier, and he just won 380 million yuan. Let me say that again, 380 million. From a hotel reservation. This system is absolutely broken. And before he can even process that insane windfall, there's a knock at the door. Looking through the peephole, he sees a whole delegation, including what appears to be some very important people, asking if Mr. Jiang is here. Wang Yuyan introduces the CEO of Aman Resorts himself. This man personally came up to thank Jiang Cheng for renewing the lease, handing over his business card and everything. When you spend that kind of money, the CEO shows up at your door. The CEO announces that as a customer benefit, Jiang Cheng will receive super VIP treatment plus a 20% discount on all stays applied by Butler Wang. And that's when it clicks. It was a discount. That's why only 3.8 million was charged. And our boy immediately realizes the problem. Manager Wang meant well, but her good intentions just cost him 100 million yuan in cashback. If she hadn't applied for that discount, the full 4.8 million would have triggered an even bigger multiplier. But then he reconsiders. She was willing to take less commission herself just to save him money. He thinks to himself that manager Wang has the qualities of a genuinely good woman, and he's looking down at her right now with genuine appreciation. So instead of being upset, Jiang Cheng plays it smooth. He tells the CEO that a 1 million yuan discount makes him a very honest man and proposes they become friends. The CEO agrees immediately. Our boy just networked a resort CEO into his circle over a hotel bill. The CEO turns to Wang Yuyan and orders her to serve his new friend Mr. Jiang well from now on, making sure all his needs are taken seriously. She responds with a sweet yes sir, and the look on her face says she's more than happy to comply. The CEO wishes brother Jiang a pleasant stay and takes his leave. Wang Yuyan walks him out, and just like that, our boy went from a regular guest to a VIP friend of the CEO in about 5 minutes flat. Jiang Cheng thanks Mr. Wang as he leaves, and Wang Yuyan is looking up at him from below with an expression that is giving absolutely devoted energy. This woman's friendliness meter is about to break the scale. But then Cao Miaoyan wraps herself around him like a koala, whining that she doesn't want to go back. He tells her he has things to do, but she can stay at the resort by herself if she wants. The man has business to handle, and they share this incredibly intimate close-up moment where honestly the chemistry between these two is undeniable. Qiao Miaoyan looks absolutely stunning from this angle. She says she actually had plans to hang out with her girlfriends today, but she would have cancelled everything if he were staying. She tells him it's no fun without him. This girl is genuinely attached at this point. He tells her he'll contact her again when he's done with work, and she happily agrees. These two have settled into a genuinely comfortable dynamic, which is impressive considering the chaos of last night. 1 hour later, and a blonde woman is running towards Jiang Cheng outside on the street, calling his name. And if you recognize those earrings and that all-black outfit, that's Yu Xiaoxiao, the woman whose friendliness just hit 99 last episode. Yu Xiaoxiao immediately kisses Jiang Cheng on the cheek to thank him. But then from behind them comes the most unhinged scream. A red-haired man is screaming her name and calling her every name in the book. This must be the ex-fiancé. And this guy Zhang Yu goes absolutely nuclear, threatening to jump into the Huangpu River right in front of them if Yu Xiaoxiao doesn't marry him obediently. The emotional manipulation on this man is genuinely concerning. Jiang Cheng turns to Yu Xiaoxiao and asks if she didn't say she had this whole situation sorted out already. The look on his face says he was not expecting this level of crazy today. She explains that Zhang Yu kept showing up at her company every few days to cause trouble. She didn't want to burden Jiang Cheng with this scoundrel, so she kept it a secret. Honestly, she should have led with this information. Zhang Yu fires back, calling them both adulterers who are cheating on him. This man genuinely believes he still has a claim on a woman who has very clearly moved on. The delusion is off the charts. Yu Xiaoxiao tells Jiang Cheng to just ignore this nonsense and leave. But Zhang Yu screams that if they dare to walk away, he'll jump into the river right now. He says he can't swim, so if he dies, they'll both be responsible. This man is weaponizing his own incompetence. Yu Xiaoxiao is visibly distressed right now, and you can tell this isn't the first time Zhang Yu has pulled something like this. The emotional exhaustion on her face is genuine, and things escalate into a full-on physical altercation. Zhang Yu grabs Yu Xiaoxiao, she's caught in the middle, and Jiang Cheng yells stop. This whole scene is a mess right now. Jiang Cheng grabs Zhang Yu and says, enough with the nonsense, he'll just lend him a hand. And Zhang Yu has absolutely no idea what's about to happen because the look on his face is pure confusion. Now here's where it gets absolutely insane. Our boy calls over the security guards and tells them this guy is threatening to jump into the Huangpu River. He offers each of them 5 million yuan to pretend to stop him when he jumps. The guards are understandably confused, and then Jiang Cheng lays out the most diabolical plan ever. During the struggle, accidentally let go. Zhang Yu falls in from emotional distress, then pretend to save him but be slow about it. This man just casually outlined a potential drowning with a straight face. Zhang Yu immediately panics, screaming about how this is a society governed by rule of law and you can't just hire someone to commit murder in public. The man who was threatening suicide 30 seconds ago is now very concerned about staying alive. Even the security guards are asking if he's joking. They're looking at each other like, is this guy serious right now? And Jiang Cheng is standing there below them with the most casual smile, like he does this every Tuesday. Our boy doubles down. He says he'll pay up front, get them the best lawyers to clear their names, and even if someone goes to jail, their family gets an extra 5 million. This man is literally negotiating a potential murder contract in broad daylight with complete confidence. And now Zhang Yu is literally trembling. He's being grabbed from behind and the security guards are closing in. The tables have completely turned on this man's little emotional blackmail scheme. Zhang Yu is screaming now, asking if they're really trying to murder someone for money in broad daylight. The irony of the guy who threatened to kill himself now begging not to be killed is absolutely chef's kiss. And Zhang Yu makes a run for it while Jiang Cheng just taunts him from behind, telling him to hurry up and jump into the river already so the guards can finish work early. The absolute psychological destruction happening right now is unmatched. But Zhang Yu stops and tries to act tough, saying he bets Jiang Cheng wouldn't dare hit him. He says Jiang Cheng wouldn't even dare to touch him. And the smirk on our boy's face right now is absolutely terrifying. So Jiang Cheng pivots beautifully. Since 5 million was too much responsibility, he offers the guards 100,000 each just to beat Zhang Yu up instead. And one of the guards immediately confirms the money already hit his account. The speed of that transaction is terrifying. The guards are staring at their phones in disbelief. The money is actually there. One of them yells to the others that this boss wasn't lying. and you can see the exact moment they decide that 100,000 yuan is absolutely worth a little manual labor. And just like that, 4 security guards are absolutely demolishing Zhang Yu while Jiang Cheng and Yu Xiaoxiao watch from a comfortable distance. Money really does solve everything in this man's world. Yu Xiaoxiao grabs Jiang Cheng's arm and tells him to let it go, that there's no need to bother with someone like Zhang Yu. Even after everything that man put her through, she still has enough compassion to ask for mercy. He looks at her with a gentle smile and tells her not to worry. And the way he says it, so calmly, so reassuringly, you can tell this man has already decided exactly how this situation is going to end. The guards assure Jiang Cheng that everything will be handled perfectly afterward. They won't cause any trouble, and he should feel free to contact them for similar jobs in the future. Our boy has literally hired a private militia for 100,000 each. He says, well done. As they walk away, Jiang Cheng tells Yao Xiao she has to tell him everything from now on and never hide problems like this again. He'll personally figure out how to handle Zhang Yu going forward. And just like that, our boy assumed the protector role completely. He's thinking the system really understands him. With the kind of professional resources it provides, dealing with someone like Zhang Yu won't be nearly as troublesome next time. The system truly is the ultimate cheat code for every situation. And just like that, he switches gears completely. He reminds Liao Xiao that she asked him to look at company locations, so why not go today? This man just orchestrated a beatdown and is already pivoting to business mode. Liao Xiao looks surprised, asking if they're really going today. She figured he wouldn't be in the mood after that whole incident, but our boy doesn't let trash ruin his schedule. He tells her not to let a piece of trash ruin their business plans and says, let's go. They hop into the supercar parked right on the street, and honestly, the transition from beatdown to business trip is absolutely seamless. And their destination is none other than the Shanghai World Financial Center. When this man said he was starting an entertainment company, apparently he meant he was going to put it in one of the most prestigious buildings in all of Shanghai. They walk through the office space and Jiang Cheng says it's great for a startup. The decor is stylish and sophisticated, perfect for an entertainment company. Yu Xiaoxiao's new kingdom is taking shape right before their eyes. Xiao Xiao says with just a few minor layout changes, she could start working right here. She's already visualizing her new office, and the confidence on this woman is exactly why Jiang Cheng invested in her. Jiang Cheng sits down in one of the office chairs and casually asks Xiao Xiao to come sit down for a bit. And from this angle, the framing is, well, the author knew exactly what they were doing here. And Yu Xiaoxiao immediately interprets that as something else entirely because she walks over to the door, locks it, and pulls down the blinds. Jiang Cheng is sitting there watching her like, wait, that's not what I meant. And then she drops into this absolutely devastating pose right there on the office floor. And the gooners are absolutely losing their minds right now because Yu Xiaoxiao in that black dress is a certified weapon of mass distraction. Jiang Cheng has to clarify, saying he literally just meant sit down and rest for a bit. The miscommunication between wanting to sit down and whatever Xiaoxiao had in mind is genuinely hilarious. Xiaoxiao immediately turns away in embarrassment, saying she'll ignore him if he laughs at her. And the view from behind is once again absolutely demolishing. This woman is built like she was designed by an algorithm to maximize viewer retention. The blush on her face right now is absolutely precious. She went from boss woman CEO energy to flustered schoolgirl in about 3 seconds flat, and honestly it's the most endearing thing we've seen from her. But then she recovers and asks if she should just sit on his lap instead. And there it is. The confidence came back faster than a boomerang. He says as long as she's happy. And the two of them share this incredibly intimate moment, faces close, both smiling in their brand new office that isn't even officially theirs yet. The romance arc for these two is progressing at light speed, and things escalate from there with literal roses blooming around them, because apparently this office just became their personal space. The author is not being subtle about what's happening right now, and neither are they. And when they get back to the resort, Wang Yuyan is already waiting with the classic waifu greeting, asking if he'd like dinner first or a shower first. The service at this resort has reached anime girlfriend levels of dedication. Wang Yuyan is internally planning a bath and massage for him later, but Jiang Cheng says let's eat first then wash up. She had a whole seduction strategy mapped out and he just went straight for the dinner option. Wang Yuyan is visibly disappointed, pointing at him in disbelief. No bath? She clearly had a whole plan for that bath scenario, and our boy just unknowingly sabotaged it by choosing food first. But she's not giving up. She's already planning to use new tricks she learned online to provide a service 100 times better than last time. Wang Yuyan in that outfit right now is absolutely giving everything she has to this mission. Down Catastrophic doesn't even begin to cover it. She serves him dinner, and Jiang Cheng is sitting there thinking that manager Wang picked the wrong time to make her move. He internally notes that she came at a bad moment, and maybe next time. Even our boy recognizes what she's trying to do. She pours his coffee with that signature devoted smile, and he's sipping it while looking perfectly content. The domestic energy between these two right now is off the charts, and she's technically just his hotel butler. The next day, Jiang Cheng shows up at an auto show, invited by his new friend Brother Wang, the resort CEO. The networking from yesterday is already paying dividends. They ask which display he'd like to visit first. And then our boy spots her, a woman in a gold dress standing at the auto show who is absolutely devastatingly gorgeous. The proportions on display right now have my complete and undivided attention, and I am not ashamed to admit it. The crowd is going wild, saying Ferrari managed to hire goddesses of this caliber, praising their height, figure, and looks as all-star level. And honestly, the crowd is not wrong. These car show models are built different in ways that matter. Jiang Cheng recognizes her. That's Zhou Ying. But he notices something off, wondering why she looks unhappy. And the view from this angle is giving the gooners everything they could ever ask for. But our boy is actually paying attention to her expression. And that's when he sees why she's unhappy. Some creep with a phone is taking inappropriate photos of her, and when she asks him to stop, the guy fires back that she's a car model and shouldn't dress like that if she doesn't want pictures. The audacity of this man is unreal. And look at this guy's face, grinning like an absolute creep while snapping photos with his phone. This is exactly the type of person who makes everyone uncomfortable at public events. And that's when Jiang Cheng locks in. That expression right there is the look of a man who has already decided what's about to happen. The creep has no idea what kind of storm is headed his way. A crowd of bystanders is already watching the situation unfold, and something tells me Jiang Cheng is about to handle this creep the same way he handles everything, with overwhelming financial force and zero hesitation. I will see you in the next episode. And the creep's phone just got destroyed, and this guy is on the ground screaming about how his photos were days of hard work. Imagine openly admitting that your hobby is taking creep shots. And there's our boy Jiang Cheng, looking absolutely immaculate, casually saying his foot slipped and his phone broke. He offers to pay the guy back. The delivery on that line is pure cinema. But instead of taking the offer like a reasonable human, this guy throws a punch at Jiang Cheng. The audacity of attacking someone who just offered to pay you back. And Jiang Cheng dodges it like it was nothing, catching this fool mid-swing. The speed difference between these two is not even close. And then he hits him with the most calculated line ever. He tells the guy that since he struck first by law, Jiang Cheng is now entitled to legitimate self-defense. This man cited legal precedent before throwing hands. And the fist connects with devastating precision. Jiang Cheng delivers an absolute haymaker right to this creep's jaw, and the impact is genuinely beautiful. And just like that, the creep is face down on the auto show floor, completely unconscious, while Jiang Cheng stands over him like he just finished a boss fight. Jiang Cheng immediately goes into CEO mode, telling manager Huang to call the police and save all the surveillance footage. And poor manager Huang is apologizing profusely, saying this has never happened before. When a VIP gets harassed at your event, you know heads are rolling, and the orders keep flying. Security first, then police. The entire auto show staff is scrambling to handle the situation because Jiang Cheng's presence demands that kind of response. The bystanders are hyping him up, telling him that punch was incredible. But Jiang Cheng says it just made his impression of Shanghai even worse, because how could there be such a pervert here? Even after knocking a guy out, our boy has standards. And Shen Hao backs him up, saying they're all decent people and don't have that kind of disgusting fetish. The contrast between normal guys and the creep on the floor is absolutely stark. And then Zhou Ying comes over to thank him, and good lord, this woman in that gold dress is absolutely devastating. She's asking if he's alright, and he says the only thing that matters is that she's okay. Smooth and protective in one line. And of course Wang Zheng and Chen Hao immediately start roasting him. They're saying no wonder Jiang was so furious, it was all because of his lover. The boys are doing what boys do, which is make everything worse. Jiang Cheng corrects them, introducing her as his high school classmate, Zhou Ying. And the way these two look standing next to each other right now is giving main couple energy that's hard to ignore. He introduces Wang Zheng and Chen Hao as his brothers, and Zhou Ying politely greets them. Meanwhile, every guy in this scene is trying very hard not to stare at that dress, and honestly, I respect the effort. Zhu Ying asks if he's here to look at cars again today, and the gooners are eating very well right now, because this close-up is not playing fair. The proportions on this woman are arguing with physics. Jiang Cheng says he's just browsing and might pick out a car for his dad. Zhou Ying immediately asks when he's coming back to Chengdu because she still owes him a meal. She's definitely keeping tabs on this man. He invites her to dinner tonight since Chen Hao is treating everyone. She agrees to contact him after work. And Zhou Ying in that gold dress from this angle is certified goon fuel. The author knows exactly what they're doing with this character design. The boys start browsing, and Wang Zheng asks if Jiang Cheng is eyeing this four-door supercar. They're standing around a luxury sedan that looks like it costs more than most people's houses. The salesman launches into his full pitch about the 3-liter inline 6-cylinder engine and the hybrid system, but Jiang Cheng cuts him off and says, just tell me the price. The highest configuration is 2.2 million yuan, and the salesman barely finishes before Jiang Cheng is already done listening. Jiang Cheng doesn't care about the freebies. He just wants to know one thing. Can they deliver it to Chengdu? This man treats buying a 2 million yuan car the same way normal people order takeout. And the salesman is absolutely glowing, practically bowing with sparkles around him, confirming they offer nationwide delivery and will handle all the registration. This is the easiest commission of his entire career. And out comes the legendary black card. Jiang Cheng just casually says swipe it like he's paying for a coffee and not a luxury supercar. The flex is effortless. and the salesman is about to have the best day of his life. But here's the wholesome part. He asks them to prepare a special handover ceremony when the car arrives in Chengdu because he wants to surprise his father. The salesman guarantees it'll be perfect. Our boy drops millions on supercars and his motivation is making his dad happy. Wang Zheng asks if this car is for his father, and Jiang Cheng casually says his mother probably won't complain since it's low-key. And Chen Hao immediately fires back, asking how a four-door supercar is understated. The rich person brain is truly a different species. The narration drops that Jiang Cheng has been in Shanghai for barely over a week and has already bought 4 cars, all worth half a fortune combined. Wang Zheng just shrugs and says when you have money, you do whatever you want. And honestly, that's the most accurate summary of this entire manhwa. Chen Hao admits that when he wanted his first supercar, his dad had to beg him for ages before buying it. But Jiang Cheng is out here buying his father a supercar outright. Even the rich kids are jealous of our boy's filial piety levels. After all the paperwork is done, Zhou Ying shows up after her shift, and she's changed into a simple white t-shirt and jeans. And somehow she looks even more devastating in casual clothes. The narration literally says she deserves the title of school's most beautiful girl. And there is zero argument here. In the car, Jiang Cheng asks her about summer vacation ending and whether she's heading back to school soon. The chemistry between these two in the car is giving something special. And that's when Zhou Ying opens up. She mentions her family's bankruptcy and asks if he's surprised to see her just scraping by for living expenses at an auto show. There's a vulnerability in her eyes right now that hits different. She says people at school talk behind her back, but she never had real friends anyway, so she doesn't care. Earning money with her own hands feels more real than anything she had before. This woman went from heiress to self-made and came out stronger. Jiang Cheng tells her a beautiful woman with her looks will never have trouble making money. She fires back that everyone says that, but nobody explains where the money will actually come from. He laughs and says he thought she was a cool and aloof beauty, but she's actually super down to earth. She says she's never considered herself a school beauty and feels bad for mooching off him twice already when she should be the one treating him. The humility on this girl is genuinely refreshing compared to everyone else in Jiang Cheng's orbit. He casually says it's all just eating, there's not much difference. And the supercar zips through the city streets because when you're Jiang Cheng, even a casual dinner involves arriving in a vehicle worth more than most apartments. They arrive at a farmhouse restaurant where the whole crew is already waiting. Wang Zheng calls them over, inviting Jiang Cheng and his beautiful classmate to sit down. The dinner party is assembled. But wait, someone spots an unexpected guest, and the reaction is immediate. What's he doing here? No one should have invited him to this gathering. Something tells me dinner is about to get very interesting. Jiang Cheng asks what's wrong, and Chen Hao explains that the guy's name is Wang Cheng. He has a grudge against Wang Zheng. They don't normally hang out, and nobody knows which fool invited him. Drama is already brewing. Wang Qiang rolls in with his whole entourage like he owns the place. Apparently this guy hates being called Zhao Qiang and insists on being called Brother Wang, which is the exact kind of fragile ego energy that always leads to problems. Someone from Wang Qiang's side tells him to calm down, saying they're here to make friends and get things done. But the look on Wang Qiang's face says he has zero intention of playing nice tonight. For a moment things seem to calm down. Everyone's complimenting the pork stew. Someone suggests grabbing drinks, and the vibe is almost normal. Half an hour later, and Wang Qiang starts running his mouth about insider stock tips that are guaranteed to make a profit. Because nothing says trustworthy like a guy bragging about insider trading at a dinner party. And then Wang Qiang starts lecturing about making connections and being discerning with friends, saying you need real relationships, not fair weather ones. Meanwhile, a woman at the table is asking him about the 10 million he supposedly made in stocks. The flexing is getting unbearable. And Wang Zheng is thinking that this whole time, Wang Xiang has been subtly sarcastic and mocking towards both him and Chen Hao. The passive aggressiveness at this table is reaching critical mass, and Chen Hao decides enough is enough. He brings up the 2 million yuan that Wang Qiang borrowed 2 years ago, and asks if he can repay it now. Wang Qiang immediately gets furious about being called by his nickname. The man owes 2 million and is worried about name protocol. Chen Hao is about to lose it, slamming his hand on the table, but someone tries to calm him down before things escalate. The tension at this dinner just went from passive-aggressive to actively aggressive. And that's when a drink goes flying across the table, spilling everywhere. The nice farmhouse dinner has officially devolved into chaos, and the food is collateral damage. And the drink lands right on Zhou Ying. She gasps in shock as the liquid splashes all over her white shirt. And now things just got personal for Jiang Cheng. Even Wang Qiang's own crew is shocked, yelling at him asking what he means by this. When your own people are questioning your behavior, you know you've crossed a line. Chen Hao asks Wang Qiang point blank if he came here just to go crazy on them. The patience at this table has completely evaporated. But here's the hilarious part. Wang Qiang is internally panicking. He notices that Wang Zheng and Chen Hao's attitudes have shifted completely. They're protecting Jiang Cheng, He realizes this Jiang guy must be somebody important, and he needs to switch sides immediately. The social climbing instinct is incredible. So Wang Qiang tries to deflect, telling the guy next to him that he's here for Chen Hao's gathering and to not cause any trouble. This man just watched his own goon splash a drink on someone and is now pretending he had nothing to do with it. But one of his guys doesn't get the memo and starts screaming about how everyone is praising this country bumpkin from Chengdu. He slams the table and says he's not going to put up with it. This guy chose violence when his boss was trying to choose diplomacy. And Jiang Cheng stands up. He tells the guy that he dirtied his classmate's clothes, and he wants an apology directed at her. The temperature in this room just dropped about 20 degrees. Zhou Ying tries to defuse the situation, telling Jiang Cheng she's fine and he doesn't need to bother. But one look at her stained shirt and you can tell she's just trying to avoid making things worse. Unfortunately for the other side, Jiang Cheng has already made up his mind. Jiang Cheng repeats himself, apologize, but the blonde guy calls him a country bumpkin putting on airs and asks what he's gonna do about it. The man really just doubled down on disrespecting someone who knocked out a creep with one punch earlier today. And there it is. Jiang Cheng absolutely slaps this man into the next dimension. The impact is so clean that you can practically hear it through the screen, and the guy goes flying, crashing to the floor with the kind of impact that makes you feel it in your teeth. Jiang Cheng's hands are rated E for everyone apparently, and Jiang Cheng hits him with the most cold-blooded line. He asks if the guy really thinks he's made of mud just because he keeps calling him a country bumpkin. That look in his eyes right now is pure ice. The guy is holding his face in disbelief, stammering about how Jiang Cheng dared to hit him. The swelling is already visible. This man really found out after choosing to find out, and then Jiang Cheng delivers the most disrespectful line in the entire series so far. He suggests the guy see a neurologist, and if he can't afford it, Jiang Cheng will personally pay for it. The financial flex combined with the insult is genuinely devastating, and the guy completely loses it, grabbing a chair and swinging it at Jiang Cheng. Someone yells for brother Jiang to be careful, but based on what we've seen so far, the concern should really be directed at the chair, and Jiang Cheng kicks the chair right back into this guy's face. The chair attack backfired so spectacularly that it's basically a self-inflicted wound at this point. Wang Zheng and Chen Hao step in and tell Wang Xiang that his boy caused this mess with his foul mouth, and here's his chance to get lost. The cleanup crew has arrived and they're not being gentle about it, and Wang Xiang leaves with the classic villain exit line calling Jiang Cheng a country bumpkin and promising he won't let him get away with this. Death flags planted and flourishing, because this man has no idea who he just threatened. And instead of being worried, Jiang Cheng casually asks about Wang Xiang's background. Turns out his family is in the food industry with 2 listed companies and they've been gaining market share, which is why he's so arrogant. And then Jiang Cheng smirks and says he'll see just how capable they are. That expression right there is the face of a man who already has a plan. Wang Cheng's family has absolutely no idea what's coming. Zhu Ying apologizes for causing trouble again, but Jiang Cheng brushes it off as nothing. Internally though, he's thinking the incident ruined her appetite, so it's best to send her home soon. Always thinking about others, this man. Jiang Cheng tells the boys they've had enough to drink and they'll be heading out. And the way he and Zhou Ying look standing together right now, you'd think they were already a couple leaving a double date. Wang Zheng apologizes profusely for the disaster, but Jiang Cheng waves it off and says they're brothers, no need for formalities, and he'll see them next time. Smooth exit, 0 grudges held against the people who actually matter. And then Jiang Cheng does something unexpected. He hands Zhou Ying the car keys, remembering she can drive, and suggests she take the wheel. Zhou Ying says she's driven supercars before. The former heiress energy is real. He teases her about being a famous heiress in Chengdu, and she playfully tells him not to tease her, promising she'll get him to his destination safely. The flirting energy in this car right now is absolutely immaculate. Zhou Ying says it's been ages since she's driven a supercar and she really wishes she could go faster. You can see the genuine joy on her face, like for a moment she's back to the life she used to know. And Jiang Cheng says he didn't know she liked racing. As the supercar tears through the streets, this man keeps discovering new sides to Zhou Ying, and each one makes her more interesting. She says she's never had the chance to race before. Her family was too strict, and now she doesn't have the opportunity. The way she says it with that bittersweet smile is genuinely heartbreaking. This girl lost everything and just wants to feel free. And without hesitation, Jiang Cheng promises to take her racing next time he has the chance. Just like that, he's filling the gaps that life took away from her. The romance arc for these two is building beautifully. They arrive at her place, and Zhou Ying tells him she'll always remember his help. He asks why she's bringing this up all of a sudden, and the way they're standing together right now, hands practically touching, is giving every romance flag in the book. She tells him it's getting late and he should go rest, and she'll be going now. But the blush on her face and the way she's fidgeting right now tells you everything words can't. Zhou Ying is down bad and trying her absolute hardest to hide it, and she practically runs away. Jiang Cheng is standing there confused, wondering why she suddenly bolted. Was she shy? Meanwhile, Zhou Ying is walking away with her heart probably doing gymnastics. These two are dancing around each other and it's adorable. But our boy snaps out of it immediately. He says forget about that for now, it's time to get down to business. He pulls up his system app and starts planning. The security team the system gave him is about to get its first real assignment, and Wang Qiang's family is the target. The very next morning, Jiang Cheng wakes up to check his phone, and Wang Qiang's family food safety problems are already trending on social media. Someone calls in with the details. Wang Qiang's family has been exposed for foot-stomped pickled cabbage and swill-soaked bamboo shoots. The entire food safety scandal is blowing up in real time, and every disgusting practice is being laid bare. Jiang Cheng is on his couch watching the fallout, confirming that it's not just the pickled vegetables. They've also been caught using rotten, expired raw materials for their noodle products. Every skeleton in that family's closet is coming out at once. The news broadcast confirms that major suppliers are pulling their products from shelves, government departments are intervening, and Wang Foods' reputation has completely collapsed. The losses are described as incalculable. Jiang Cheng didn't just punch back, he destroyed their entire empire. And Wang Zheng suddenly remembers what Jiang Cheng said yesterday. He said he'd see just how capable the Wang family is. This wasn't an idle threat, this was a declaration of war that Wang Zheng was too stupid to recognize. Wang Zheng is on the phone, absolutely stunned, saying he never expected brother Jiang to have this kind of influence. The Wang family isn't just collapsing, they're gonna suffer catastrophic losses. He says he knew from the first time they met that Jiang Cheng was no ordinary person. And Shen Hao is on the other end of that call, equally shaken. These two rich kids who've seen plenty of power plays in their lives are genuinely awed by how fast and thoroughly Jiang Cheng dismantled an entire food conglomerate overnight. Meanwhile, at the Wang family household, Wang Cheng's father is on the phone, screaming at suppliers, begging for time to handle the crisis. The old man is panicking because his entire business is crumbling and he doesn't even know why yet. The father is furious, demanding to know who's messing with him. He still has no idea this entire corporate apocalypse was triggered by his son picking a fight with the wrong person at a dinner party. Wang Qiang comes in asking his father what happened, and the old man immediately notices something wrong. The two of them standing face to face right now has serious consequences written all over it. The father immediately zeroes in on Wang Qiang's bruised and swollen face, demanding to know what happened and where he went to cause trouble this time. This old man already knows his son is a walking liability. Wang Qiang admits he got beaten up by some country bumpkin from out of town and says he's thinking about how to deal with him. This man is still plotting revenge while his family's company is literally burning to the ground because of him. And the father grabs Wang Qiang by the collar, screaming that all he does is cause trouble and asking if he's some kind of gangster. The domestic consequences of picking fights with Jiang Cheng are hitting this household in real time. And then the old man connects the dots. His eyes go wide as he realizes the food scandal and his son's fight might be connected. He demands to know everything that happened last night and who exactly his idiot son managed to offend. The penny has dropped, and the father is shaking Wang Qiang, desperate for answers, because he just realized his entire family business might be collapsing because his son picked a fight with someone way above their pay grade. And something tells me when he finds out exactly who Jiang Cheng is, the fear is going to be very, very real. I will see you in the next episode. And Wang Qiang has told his parents everything. The father is absolutely losing it, screaming at his son to get out there and beg Jiang Cheng for forgiveness, or he's divorcing the mother and leaving them both with nothing. But Wang Qiang's pride won't let him bend. He says he literally just threatened the guy last night, and now he's supposed to grovel? He'd rather his parents get divorced than lose face like that. And the mother is absolutely stunned that her son just said that with a straight face. This family is imploding in real time. The mother steps in, telling the old man he's overreacting and that they can just throw some money at the problem to make it go away. Because clearly she hasn't grasped the scale of what's happening here. And the look on this man's face right now says he knows exactly how bad things are, even if nobody else in this room does. The father drops the ultimate ultimatum. If this doesn't get resolved, they're getting a divorce. He's had enough of both of them. This man is ready to burn his own family down to survive. And now Wang Qiang is panicking, asking his mother what he should do. He barely even knows Jiang Cheng. The arrogance from last night has completely evaporated. The mother is in full meltdown mode, telling him it has to be Jiang Cheng behind it all. She's begging her son to go apologize because if his father actually divorces her, she won't even have enough money to survive. The guilt trip is hitting different right now. Meanwhile, our boy Jiang Cheng is casually eating breakfast while getting a status update. The Wang family's raw material issues have completely disrupted their operations. And out of their 500 million in assets, they're about to lose 400 million. Jiang Cheng just says to keep pushing steadily. This man is eating croissants while destroying an empire. And then manager Wang leans in to ask if he'd like some porridge. And the gooners are being fed a 5-course meal right now because this woman in that outfit is genuinely arguing with the laws of physics. Jiang Cheng says the porridge sounds great, but then drops a very interesting follow-up question. He wants to know who changed him out of his pajamas. Our boy woke up in different clothes and has some questions. And here's where we get manager Wang's internal monologue. She's thinking that Jiang Cheng brought home another stunningly beautiful woman, and she needs to step up her game. The competition for this man's attention is fierce out here. So she brought him some hangover soup, but when she arrived, our boy was already passed out cold. The dedication of this woman bringing soup at night is honestly impressive. And Jiang Cheng is completely out, sleeping so soundly that he has no idea what's about to happen to him. Manager Wang decides the sofa isn't comfortable enough, so she picks him up and carries him to bed. This woman is built different in every way that matters. And then she notices his clothes reek of alcohol, so she decides to change them for him. Now, if you're thinking this is heading somewhere sus, you would be absolutely correct. And the angles right now are certified goon fuel. The artist knew exactly what they were doing with this scene, and I respect the commitment to the craft. And here's where it gets wild. She's thinking that she also took the opportunity to practice some knowledge points she learned from a movie. Whatever movie that was, I have questions, and she has no intention of answering them. The gooners are absolutely feasting right now because the proportions on display are having a serious disagreement with reality. This woman is built like a Renaissance painting that would get a museum shut down. Back in the present, Manager Wang puts on her most innocent face and claims she only changed his clothes and didn't do anything else. The blush on her cheeks right now is calling her a liar. And Jiang Cheng's heart is pounding because something tells him that wasn't just a dream last night. This man is sitting at the breakfast table having a crisis while she stands there looking completely composed. Manager Wang smoothly transitions, saying he must be feeling unwell after drinking so much and offering a new massage technique she recently learned. Jiang Cheng just casually agrees. This man has no idea what he just signed up for. And then she drops the bomb. She asks, "Shall we go to bed?" And the way she says it with that look on her face is sending every possible signal at maximum volume. Jiang Cheng agrees naturally, telling her he'll trouble her for the massage. Our boy is maintaining composure like a professional, but you can tell the brain is doing overtime processing what's happening. And they get to the bedroom where Manager Wang starts her massage. Jiang Cheng immediately notices this seems a bit too formal for a casual rubdown. My brother, formal is not the word I would use for this situation. And that's when Jiang Cheng gets an eyeful that nearly sends him into cardiac arrest. Our boy is down catastrophic right now, and the willpower being tested here is genuinely superhuman. He's internally screaming at himself to calm down, amazed at how much Manager Wang trusts him. The man is having a full internal battle between his willpower and his biology, and thankfully willpower wins. Manager Wang leans in with the most devastating smile and asks how he's feeling. The neurons are firing, the brain chemistry is compromised, and this man is hanging on by a thread. But our boy plays it perfectly cool, giving her a perfect score and praising how professional she was. The composure on this man is genuinely award-worthy. And then Manager Wang announces she's going to change positions now. The angles the artist is giving us right now are absolutely unhinged, and the gooners are eating so well they might need to see a doctor. And Jiang Cheng's willpower that he was so proud of 3 seconds ago just took a critical hit. The man is fighting for his life in there, and even Manager Wang seems to realize she might have pushed things a little too far, because the look on her face right now is pure embarrassment. Jiang Cheng tells her this feels a lot like his dream from last night, and the tension in this room right now could cut through steel. And the way she's looking at him right now, hair down, completely glowing, is certified peak fiction. This woman came here with a plan and she's executing it flawlessly. She tells him of course it's up to him. And just like that, the professional distance between boss and manager has officially ceased to exist, and they kiss. Manager Wang calls him mean, and honestly the romance arc for these two has been building since day one. The tension has finally broken and everyone saw this coming. And we're gonna leave these two to their business because what happens next is between them and the author's imagination. The scene is getting too spicy for even the manhwa to show fully. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Wang Qiang has apparently decided that apologizing can wait. Instead, he's out with some woman at a hotel booking a boutique room. He says he's bored at home and refuses to grovel. This man's priorities are absolutely cooked. But then something goes wrong, and the confident look on Wang Qiang's face starts to crack. His card gets declined. The receptionist apologetically tells him the payment won't go through. And the color draining from Wang Qiang's face right now is genuinely satisfying. The receptionist is looking at the card like it personally offended her. You can tell she's seen declined cards before, but the embarrassment radiating from this situation is on another level. Wang Qiang insists the machine must be broken and tells her to swipe it again. He's still in denial, standing there with his girlfriend trying to play it cool while his financial life crumbles. Declined again. Insufficient funds. The receptionist asks if he has another card, and Wang Qiang's face is processing the realization that his father actually did it. He actually cut him off. Wang Qiang is internally panicking. He just blew all his cash on a sports card 2 days ago, and both his personal card and his dad's supplementary card are frozen. The old man is playing hardball, and Wang Qiang is financially stranded. And just like that, the girlfriend snaps her fingers and bounces. Nothing kills romantic interest faster than a declined credit card, and this woman is not about to waste her evening on a broke boy. And Wang Qiang is left standing there alone, stammering with his mouth open. From rich kid baller to publicly humiliated in about 30 seconds flat. The fall from grace speedrun is impressive. The receptionist is handing his card back and politely asking if he still wants to check in. The professionalism on her face while internally dying of secondhand embarrassment is truly commendable. Wang Qiang angrily mutters that his date already left, so who exactly is he going to check in with? Then he looks at the receptionist and asks if she's going to come up with him. The audacity of this man, even in defeat, is genuinely remarkable. So Wang Qiang calls his mother, screaming about why his dad suspended his card and demanding she get it turned back on immediately. Imagine having your entire company collapsing and your son's biggest concern is his credit limit, and the father absolutely unloads on him through the phone. Clean up your mess or you're on your own. The family's about to go bankrupt anyway, and if Wang Qiang doesn't fix this today, he'll never see another penny. This old man is done playing around. And for the first time, Wang Qiang realizes his father is actually serious. The reality check hits hard and he decides his only option now is to reach out to Wang Zheng and Chen Hao for help. Swallowing that pride must taste absolutely terrible. So Wang Qiang shuffles through the lobby like a man walking to his own execution, desperately trying to figure out how to word a message to the same people he was acting superior to just yesterday. He calls up Wang Zheng and Chen Hao, and the fake enthusiasm coming out of his mouth right now is physically painful. And Wang Zheng and Chen Hao are living their absolute best lives at a pool party with beautiful women while Wang Qiang begs them to help him meet with Jiang Cheng. Chen Hao immediately claps back, asking since when they were close enough for Wang Qiang to be asking favors. Wang Qiang goes full grovel mode, admitting he was wrong before and deeply realizes his mistakes. He says he has no other choice and needs their help. The man who called Jiang Cheng a country bumpkin is now begging for an introduction. Wang Zheng is absolutely savoring this moment, sarcastically asking if he's dreaming because Wang Qiang actually apologized. But Wang Qiang persists, begging him to help make contact with Jiang Cheng. The desperation is delicious. Wang Zheng finally agrees to ask around but can't guarantee anything. Wang Qiang thanks him like he just saved his life. Little does he know, Wang Zheng has zero intention of saving him. Chen Hao immediately asks if Wang Zheng is really going to help this guy. And Wang Zheng drops the most ruthless line saying that Jiang Cheng was already targeting Wang Qiang, and now the fool has delivered himself right to Jiang Cheng's doorstep. As his brothers, shouldn't they help Jiang Cheng out instead? They both laugh about it, agreeing that even if Jiang Cheng lets Wang Qiang go, his family is already too far gone to recover. There are already alternatives in the market, and the Wang family's future is bleak. These two rich kids are enjoying the fall of a rival house like it's entertainment. So Wang Zheng calls up Jiang Cheng, tells him Wang Qiang wants to come crawling, and asks if he's free tonight. Jiang Cheng immediately says no problem, it's all arranged. The trap is set and the prey is walking in willingly. And Jiang Cheng, sitting in a bubble bath like the absolute king he is, texts Zhou Ying to ask if she's free tonight and invites her out. She responds immediately with an enthusiastic yes. This man is multitasking between destroying families and setting up dates. That evening, Jiang Cheng arrives at the club with Zhou Ying on his arm, and the boys immediately greet them as brother Jiang and sister-in-law Jiang. The couple energy these two are radiating right now is off the charts, and Zhou Ying is internally noting that everyone keeps mistaking her for Jiang Cheng's girlfriend. But she decides not to correct them because she probably won't see these people again anyway. Sure, that's definitely the reason she's not correcting them. The crew asks what's on the schedule tonight, and they all agree to defer to brother Jiang. When you're the guy who destroys food empires overnight, people tend to let you make the plans. Jiang Cheng places the order like a pro. 3 giant dragons, some imported liquor, snacks, fruit, and a few cans of milk. This man orders bottle service the way normal people order from a convenience store. The club manager asks if they'd like a mood-building team arranged for the evening, which is basically code for sending over some hostesses to keep the energy going. And Wang Zheng immediately grabs this man and sets him straight. He points out that Jiang Cheng brought his wife, and this fool is asking about hostesses. Are you trying to get everyone killed? The awareness check was a critical fail. The manager immediately panics, apologizing profusely for his loose tongue and begging the sister-in-law for forgiveness. He promises to arrange everything right away. The speed of this man's damage control is genuinely impressive. And Zhou Ying is just sitting there looking absolutely stunning, with a knowing smile, completely unbothered by all of it. She's really settling into this girlfriend role, whether she admits it or not. And the bottle service arrives with 3 giant dragons and a team of bunny girl waitresses. The nightclub experience just went from regular to absolutely elite, and the gooners are being fed premium content right now. Zhou Ying leans in close and whispers that she knows this wine but has never tasted it before. She says if she weren't driving him later, she'd really want to try it. The former heiress eye for luxury is still very much alive. And Jiang Cheng, being the smoothest operator alive, tells her girls shouldn't drink too much outside, but he'll bring some bottles home for her to enjoy safely. This man keeps finding new ways to be thoughtful, and the friendliness stat goes up by 5. Zhou Ying is thinking that Jiang Cheng didn't pressure her to drink, and that he's different from other guys. The system notifications are popping off, and her feelings are growing stronger by the minute. But then someone spots a familiar face walking into the club. Wang Qiang is here, and the atmosphere is about to shift dramatically. Zhou Ying recognizes him as the guy from yesterday. Jiang Cheng calmly tells Zhou Ying not to worry and that she'll find out soon what's going on. That confident smirk right there tells you everything. This entire evening was planned for this exact moment. and Wang Qiang walks up and bows deeply, apologizing profusely. He says he was drunk and didn't mean what he said, begging Jiang Cheng to spare him and his family. The same man who called him a country bumpkin is now literally bowing to him. The reversal is absolutely cinematic. But Jiang Cheng doesn't even acknowledge the apology. Instead, he says the person Wang Qiang should really be apologizing to isn't him. The cold intensity in his eyes right now is genuinely intimidating. Wang Qiang is confused, but Jiang Cheng just tells him to think about it carefully. And the way he's sitting there with Zhou Ying beside him, completely in control of the situation, is peak alpha energy. Jiang Cheng stands up and spells it out. He doesn't care about the apology to himself, but Wang Qiang dirtied his classmate's clothes last night and he wants an apology to her. Wang Qiang immediately remembers and apologizes to Zhou Ying. This man orchestrated an entire evening just so his girl would get the respect she deserves. Wang Qiang is on the ground looking absolutely crushed. The humiliation of having to bow to the same person he disrespected yesterday is eating him alive from the inside. Zhou Ying tells Jiang Cheng not to worry about her, that she's fine, but the look on her face right now says she's genuinely moved that he went this far for her sake. And then it clicks. Zhou Ying realizes Jiang Cheng brought her here specifically so Wang Qiang would apologize to her face. He genuinely cares about her feelings. And there's another friendliness +5, because this woman is falling hard and the system is keeping a running tab. Wang Qiang is practically groveling now, begging both Jiang Cheng and the sister-in-law to be magnanimous and not hold a grudge anymore. The desperation on this man's face is almost enough to make you feel sorry for him. Almost. But Jiang Cheng isn't done. He sarcastically calls himself a country bumpkin and brings up how arrogant Wang Qiang was when smashing bottles last night. Then he proposes something beautiful. Since Wang Qiang loves smashing bottles so much, how about he performs the same trick on himself with 3 bottles of premium liquor? The creative cruelty is genuinely impressive, and Jiang Cheng is holding out a bottle with that signature smirk on his face. The man who once got a bottle thrown at him is now making the thrower taste his own medicine. Wang Qiang is sweating bullets, thinking he never imagined this country bumpkin would come up with such a creative way to humiliate him. But what choice does he have? His family's entire future depends on getting through this. Jiang Cheng looks at him dead serious and asks, "So what do you say, brother Xiaoqiang?" The ball is entirely in Wang Qiang's court, and every option is terrible, and Wang Qiang caves. He says he had no choice because he needed his dad to unfreeze his card, so he grabs the bottle and agrees to perform his special talent for the audience. The man is about to smash bottles on his own head for Jiang Cheng's entertainment, and the first bottle connects with his own head. The impact sends glass and liquid everywhere, and the entire club goes quiet for a split second before erupting. Wang Qiang hits the ground surrounded by broken glass and his own blood. The crowd is watching in disbelief as this former rich kid sits on the dance floor, completely destroyed in every sense of the word. And Jiang Cheng starts clapping, thanking him for the show and calling it truly something to remember. The absolute cold-blooded savagery of applauding a man who just destroyed himself for your entertainment is genuinely terrifying. And the other guys pile on, praising the performance and commenting that they always knew Wang Qiang was ruthless to others but didn't expect him to be this ruthless to himself. When you have no friends, even your acquaintances become your roasters. Wang Qiang lies on the floor, face covered in blood and cuts, weakly asking if he's passed this hurdle. The man who was once too proud to apologize is now lying in his own blood, begging for confirmation that the punishment is over. He's fainted. The club manager asks if they should call an ambulance, and Jiang Cheng calmly says not to let him die and to clean up the broken glass so nobody else gets hurt. The casual mercy is somehow more intimidating than cruelty. Zhou Ying nervously asks if Wang Qiang might call the police, but Jiang Cheng smoothly reassures her that he didn't touch the guy, Wang Qiang did it to himself, and he'd never dare report it anyway. Then he hands her a can of milk like nothing happened. The audacity is immaculate. And Jiang Cheng raises his glass, thanking everyone for coming tonight and proposing a toast. The man just psychologically destroyed someone, got his girl a public apology, and is now ending the evening with drinks and a smile. Zhou Ying is glowing next to him, and these two look like the power couple of the century. I will see you in the next episode.